Oh no, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Why can't I see myself? What happened? Oh, fine. That's great. Sinon?
Good. Hello. I was wondering where you were.
Yes, it's alright.
Hello. Can we help you? Good morning, Dr. Loon. Yes. Well, so Mr. Jin has gone off to Avalon to go and get his prescription for his leg, something or other.
Okay.
But as for the meeting that we must organize, we probably should go down to the row and let Coach Eric know of our intentions, and furthermore we should go down to the Undercity and collect this associate fish bowl, something or other.
Yes, and I do believe there was at least a Flint, I believe his name was, as well.
Flint? And what does he do? Maintenance or something?
I believe he was a detective. We might need to double check our roster. Just
well,
in
I
case
think
we
this
miss
meeting is
anyone.
perfect for what we're trying to do. Yes, absolutely. But on that note, it's why I kind of want to go down to Coach Eric and ask, who does he trust to be up here, And, we can decide as we go who should be and who shouldn't be here. And, we just need to gather as many people as we can and reestablish communications and the like. Did you ever have any kind of communications, like about a year ago now? Any way to talk to each other?
There was a series of, messaging systems that we talked about.
We need to reestablish that.
Yes.
That's for sure. And so that's why I want to gather as many people together as possible so we can get as many people on that as possible. Sound good?
Yes, that does sound good.
Sounds like a good idea.
However, with that warning that Conk gave us yesterday, it might be best if we only send one of us to the Undercity.
Sounds fair enough to me. If needs be, I can go.
Understood.
That everything. I'll keep things nice and calm. Make sure nothing goes terribly, terribly wrong. Though I'm pretty sure Ms. Weist will try and resist because she wants to probably go talk to the magic people. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out as we go. No?
Yes. Now, where is Mark?
Probably still in her room.
I will give call. Should I give call? Assuming.
That sounds like a good idea. Hello?
Mr. Torvik, a pleasure.
Mr. Honeybee, as always, it is charming to meet you, and the rest of you too.
Pleasure. I need to buy a gun from you guys.
That can be
that was quick.
It's fast. It's easier that way.
Preferably not now.
I like the direct approach.
We do have a little bit of business to do, currently at the very least. I do believe there should be time later.
Yeah, I got my necessary thing I needed to do before I got here, so.
Thank you.
But the gun is, if I'm going to be protecting you guys, the gun is.
Understandable.
I must inform you that I will be taking a trip to the row, and me and our other associate are the only two about. So if I'm not here, then you'll be dealing with a robot that speaks through writing messages in the air.
Might be more
Understood.
efficient to deal with it now in that case. Do you want to come? Well, I can try and find Miss Weist, and you two can go in a company and get the gun.
Understood.
I will. I'll probably stop by and bring Miss Weist by at some point. I'll let you know. I'll give over the radio if I find anything.
If we do
Radio's what again?
channel 40,
Oh, the channel.
4. Okay, I was 10 off.
and if we, I believe 30 is Sanites and traverses. And if we do finish our business, I will contact you on the radio before, if you...
Very well.
Yes.
And then
Thank you, Mr.
allow me
Torvik.
to lead you to our home, I suppose.
Your big glowing red home.
Yes, it's a bit of an eyesore, frankly. That's why I have these glasses.
Same.
Miss Weist, are you on the radio here?
I'm not native to this upper land, if that makes sense.
Sorry, hello?
I'm sorry,
What
could
have
you
you-
repeat the
pardon me,
question,
who are you?
please?
I'm
Are
Clyde
you native
Gutierrez. I
this
run this
land?
corporation. Can I
No,
help you?
no.
Hang on
Hold
a
up
second.
one moment.
We share a,
What can I do for you? What's up?
Does the Union have a deal with Valkyrie for guns and such?
common, is what I should say.
Not yet. If you want to make a deal with them, you
Okay,
can.
yeah, that's fine. I was just curious. Wait,
That was-
yeah,
Yeah,
we're,
no worries.
we're currently going to be talking with them. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes. Apologies, our comrade seems to be screaming into the comms right now.
That is understood.
It is a little bit distracting.
Maybe.
I must say I'm a bit surprised. You said you were... Well, you've only been within your corporation for a year and you're already leaving it?
It is interesting, but I was an emissary originally from the planet of Tonos. It was discovered about 11 years ago at this point by Traverse, but unfortunately the governor of the Outer Ring last year decided to resign, and after I had returned to my home planet I was contacted to return here and take that position for whatever reason.
And how is it being able to, I suppose, hold that power?
I will do my best. I'm still trying to figure out the workings of this, of the politics here, since I haven't had too much of a chance to really understand them.
If there's ever a time where you struggle and require counsel, although I am a newcomer myself, perhaps if we butt our heads together we might be able to understand it.
Hopefully.
Please enter.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to turn off the radio for a moment. Was that issue resolved?
Yes, that issue was resolved.
Okay, and we are still in the correct channel?
Yes. Somebody was using ours. They were from a different city, so they didn't know that this radio was taken.
Ah,
Please make yourselves comfortable if you need to take a seat. I don't think this will take long, though.
it hopefully shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of weapon are you looking for, exactly?
Something that shoots, possibly two-handed, as I usually go for things that are quite bigger, but nothing like overcompensating. I already have one of those already.
I see. So
Yeah.
something that can do damage, but not obviously showing off.
I'm showing off more than I already should be. I don't need to be doing more than that.
Perhaps a standard rifle would be. We can obviously modify it to fit your size and perhaps pack a bit more punch for you.
That would be appreciated.
Now,
Of course.
I was looking in... Sorry, continue?
Modifications will require adjustments that, in turn will cost more, but I'm sure you're already aware of that.
And I was looking into it last night, and
Hello. Honeybee here. Me and Miss Feist are on our way to Valkyrie.
Of course.
Over and out.
Understood. Mr. Honeybee should be here shortly. But yes, I was looking into it last night, and I do believe we, at the very least, should be able to afford a gun for you on Union expenses, since you are our security.
Good.
I would be cautious about going too heavy, but at the very least,
That's why I started with
Yes.
nothing too big, because I'm assuming bigger is more expensive, as per usual.
And
Yes,
it...
but a lot more affordable than Shimetsu's weapons, I've come to find.
Certainly.
That's what I found out yesterday. Apparently, I did not know that till very recently.
I will say, please do not fire it around me. Unfortunate, but it is... I tried firing one last year and it did not end well.
I'll go melee when you're near me.
That would be
But
preferable,
if it
yes.
does turn to a firefight, I highly suggest that you try your best, possibly.
Yes.
Maybe do whatever your kind's equivalent of covering your ears. I don't know, because you don't appear to have any, but...
It's my entire body.
Oh, that's a lot more difficult. Oh,
Yes.
Now, I just want to be so bold to perhaps extend this offer to, say, any of your associates, and, well, considering that you have a whole, outer ring to govern now, if I'm correct in that matter.
And in case you are uncertain, that is the outer ring of this city as opposed to any planets outside of this one. But yes,
Well, I'm aware that such expenses are needed to be put in place for security, and security requires weapons, and, well, I was perhaps proposing maybe making a contract for supplying you with affordable weapons at a reasonable cost.
and I do believe that would be appreciated. I personally am a little hesitant on doing anything too large at this moment. I would still need to look into what all we would need. But I am at least open to the idea.
At least the offer. Yes, well, I want to at least extend the offer and keep it in your minds that, well, as powerful. Oh, 1 minute. You may send him in. Escort him up to the conference room. Seems Mr. Honeybee has arrived. But, are you interested in those adjustments, saying a bigger size, more of a punch? Is there any specific modifications?
The bigger weapon is like a guaranteed because at my size. More punch would be appreciated.
Perhaps we could, do something for you and your friend here. Modify your weapon to make it fire a little bit more quieter.
That would also be appreciated, yes.
That is certainly something we can do. Yes, of sorts.
Considering who I'm supposed to protect situation, I believe that would be also very wise.
Yes.
Of course. Are you making this purchase today then?
I do
If
believe,
possible.
yes. At least the personal weapon, yes.
We can give you a stand-in weapon for the minute, and then obviously if you bring it back, maybe next time, we can have your modifications ready. How does that sound?
I think that can work. Because I do have to be doing business other places, which is primary use.
You wouldn't happen to be going down to the road today, would you?
Yes, actually.
That is one of our
I
locations.
was also making plans of going down there myself. I'd be more than happy if you would allow me to join you. I'd like to have at least someone a bit more experience on the toe of the lands.
I only know so much, honestly, but at the very least, I do believe it would be okay for you to join us going down there.
The more the merrier.
Grateful. Of course. So, is it only yourself, or would either of you like a
Good morning.
this evening?
Oh. I would rather like to upgrade weapons.
You seem to be hunched over a little bit. Is that intentional?
And you, Mr. Honeybee,
Most likely not.
will you be purchasing any protection today?
Well,
Or
see,
are
I'm
these
not.
your
I've never.
protection?
Well, that's the point. I've never been so good with guns and the like. My hands are a bit too shaky for it. But maybe at some time, if you maybe like to show me some things, maybe then, if I feel more
Of
confident.
course.
But in the meantime,
Did
You
you have
can
an idea?
take
of
him
what you
around the
wanted to do?
ringers, show him the deal, take him around the moonlight.
I'm
Are you
sure
working
there
for
are some
Valkyrie
nice
now?
Long walks that we can go on.
Look, I can
Oh.
find a little bit of joy in
How
certain
much I'd
things.
love that.
Okay.
Okay. My firearm, yes. Coming from off-world, it's somewhat of a rudimentary tool.
Of course, I
So,
understand that.
Not very
Are you after anything in particular? Rifle, pistol? Maybe
I
something
believe
a bit more
a
stronger?
pistol. Something single-handed.
Would you be needing any modifications with your weapon?
It depends. If they are technological targeting mumbo jumbo, no. Just a nice kinetic weapon.
Well, then we can do that for you, definitely. Your associate here asked for some adjustments, like something to make it with a bit more punch, make it a bit more quieter for your boss's sake, because apparently they have an aversion to loud weapons being fired. So
Yes.
If you
I would
would
agree,
want
well-
something.
Something a little quieter would be nice, yes.
Of course. Of course, these
I mean, mainly it's-
modifications will take some time, but the ones that we have in storage at the minute, we'll be able to provide for you now.
Excellent. Outstanding.
Very good. In regards to the price, will you be sending over... Well, we'll send our standing order over to you, and you can pay it
Yes, I will.
in the day.
I will take care of it.
Invoice it to the union. Oh, thank
Very
you.
good.
Yes, as the union, of
Then
course.
we shall get your weapons. Come with me.
Oh. Same day service. I like this.
The
As he did say,
improvements, are
the modifications will take some
okay,
time.
you know?
But
Right. But they have things in stock. That
Yes.
makes sense. I mean, they have a standing army, don't they?
I would hope they have guns in stock in a gun corporation.
Is your boss about?
No, he's currently off-world, conducting
see.
business. Why? Why do you ask?
Oh, just out of curiosity, for Union's sake, we went around most of yesterday, making formal introductions to the corporations.
Yes, but perhaps he'll be here the next time.
at the very least, you do know who to go to if you do need to do business with the union. Now,
Of course, if you'd like to wait here, I'll get your weapons ready.
understood. Where did?
Seems we've lost Sion.
There he is.
Oh,
No,
there.
excuse me, I'm right here. Just something unusual.
Right, unusual.
You must be the Galactic Union meeting I heard about.
Yes.
Galactic Union meeting that you heard about.
Oh my.
Oh, meeting.
We were
Yes,
doing
that
business,
was-
yes, just now. However, it wasn't a pre-planned meeting at the very least, unless you were just received word just now.
Just a bit ago, yes, I received
Ah.
word that you were here.
Understood.
Trivel's here to meet you?
Trevo? What?
Yes.
I will go.
He
That's
must not
the,
be here yet.
What?
Who was it that we were speaking with about the guns?
Was his name Trevo?
I have no idea. I missed the
Torvik.
introductions, dear.
Torv, yeah, that's what I thought. Or at least not,
Torvik.
Ah,
not
Torvik.
Trevo.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
Interesting.
The name sounds familiar. I'm not entirely certain why, though.
I do not know.
Couldn't find no one.
It beats me. I've no idea. There's no one outside the gate. There's no one here.
You're having pleasant conversations, I'm sure. Unfortunately, it has come to my attention our gunsmiths are currently all busy, and unfortunately, the weapons won't be ready for today.
Unfortunate.
Your order. Very well.
Has been placed, and we will certainly have it done with the modifications ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Apologies
Thank you.
for any inconveniences.
No, not at all. It's quite alright.
We should be fine for today, I hope.
Well, if
Perfectly
you are
fine.
going down to the row and I'm accompanying with you. If anyone tries anything, I can assist.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hmm.
And we still have our rudimentary weapons.
Evening.
I'm assuming you're not talking mine rudimentary.
Mine.
You wouldn't. May I speak with you privately?
Sure. What do you need?
So I believe we've been excused.
Yes.
We have been excused, but I don't think we should leave quite yet.
I'm
Not fully.
The one I heard about.
Something's a little strange.
Yes. Combat.
That person.
I mean, it's just some mercenary, I'm assuming.
Your associate.
Valkyrie. Cybersecurity.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about guns by any chance?
Your ears are pretty good now. We'll leave you here.
Security.
I know. I
Not
just
making guns.
no. Okay. Very good.
Miss Feist.
It's good to meet you. I was just conducting a business with some of our people. However, our gunsmiths are busy at the minute. So
I know, a little eavesdrop never hurt nobody.
An associate that knows cybersecurity.
I see. But see,
A decker.
that introduction was
Well, the
rather
last one.
strange, no?
Yes.
Well, no, there was an introduction, but you're saying, oh, you're here to meet whoever the fuck? I don't know what that name was.
I believe they
Trevel?
said Travel, but it might have been a mistake.
Yes.
Maybe,
I'm not certain though, but
potentially.
for whatever reason,
I don't know.
Travel sounds familiar. I'm not certain why though.
Well, see, I saw them walk through the gate up here, and I was thinking, that's a bit odd. Just seems
They
to be
just
let in
walked
with
through?
no escort. Well, oh, I don't know about that one.
Well, if they have access, then
shall I exit you out?
If you'd be so
Yes.
kind.
Have anything else?
Thank you, Torvik.
Of course.
So, do you still want to accompany us down to the row, or
If that
Assume
is
that's where we're
possible,
going
if you're
next.
going now.
are we going
Very
now?
good then.
I do believe so, yes.
Then let's get going.
You wouldn't happen to know if it's cold down there.
I'd recommend a jacket.
Then I'll go
It's
get
a bit wet.
I'll meet you by the shuttles then.
By the
Understood.
shuttles. Very well. By shuttles, does he mean like the traverse shuttle?
That's what I
or
believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That's
believe
what,
the
that's,
diverse
what,
shuttle.
that's what I'm going with as well. I'll go with that. Ladies first.
Thank you. So, to traverse?
Two to
Yes.
You know, out of all the colors, I do find this the most dreary.
We're just here to.
It's not exactly green, it's
Yellow,
not exactly
that's-
yellow.
I understand. Have a good rest.
It's like a lime yellow.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
You as well.
Wait here for a bit. If he does not come by in
yes.
about 5 minutes, then we'll. Just wait.
So, how are you enjoying the new apartment? Our apartments, I guess.
Better than where
okay.
I used to live.
Well, you moved up from below
Where you
somewhere,
come,
so.
where you've come from, it's understandable. It's okay. It does the job. I would love to redecorate personally, but corporate.
It's fair.
Yeah, I got a
Did
question
you rest
for
well?
y'all.
Oh,
Yes,
yes, dear.
Y'all are Galactic Union, right?
correct.
Indeed.
Yes.
You ever think about, like, selling rocks on the top of the tower? Like, just as a little thing for daredevils, whatever.
I'm sorry, doing what on top of the tower?
Oh, like
Yeah,
the
just
lines.
have somebody walk around up there. Like, just for the experience of being incredibly high up.
It's not a bad idea, to be fair. Come to think of it. I mean, if we're really strapped for money, but not
There.
really. But
Fair.
There isn't really much up there.
No.
Well, there's a view
it's
up
more
there.
about
I
the
imagine you
view.
could see the whole city.
Think about it.
Well, I am ready when you are.
Very well.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Let's proceed.
Have a good ride.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Yay! Field trip, my favorite.
Okay, Rose at 43. However,
Oh, dear.
we're all all of the maps are about even.
Kind of.
So
If Rose at 43, well, we need
Well,
to go
don't
down
you
to
have to go to the
So,
I can go to the Undercity.
Hello.
I can go to the
yeah,
Undercity.
we can at least
eventually.
split this up. Maybe you two go down to the Undercity and then we talk with Coach.
So yeah, you guys talk with Coach. We need to go and find Fishbowl and.
Well, you won't be talking with Coach, but
Somebody had to go to the wasteland as well. Eventually.
I just want to meet and say hi.
Will-
only if Jimmy suggests it. Jimmy has to suggest going to get
or
toolbox.
someone at least.
So that's
Got
up to someone suggests it.
Gotcha.
But in the meantime, okay, we'll request on the Undercity. Me and Sizzle will go down with whatever trouble comes our way, because we might get some trouble depending.
Yeah, I mean, so at least we're not all rolling in at the same
For now,
time.
She's your protection because I'm
that-
going with him.
That would be more chance for conflict. However, I don't think it would be like deadly conflict, but it's still conflict nonetheless.
Yeah, I think it's just
Remember,
like
nothing deadly to episode 4.
No.
These two are
You-
relatively harmless, so they'll be able to defuse if something goes wrong.
The
Right.
DMs aren't doing anything. However, if we get in trouble, we're still in trouble.
Yeah.
Have
DM
you told-
weaves are not starting until episode 3.
Mhm.
So
Have you told DMs that you're moving to different maps?
I,
Or-
at the very least,
No,
Thundera
we don't have
knows
to.
You don't have to know.
that it is happening in general, at the very least. And
likely put this on.
and Skull knows that the Union will be going down at some point today, so there is a non-zero chance that there will be some form of
I told
conflict
you I was coming here.
due to interactions and
Go
such.
ahead and accept my
Yeah.
invite.
I just got
To
in.
the road.
I just got in too.
To the
so,
ro-
Oh.
Hey, box.
Hello, Vase. What do you mean, what happened? Like, what did you miss? Vase, like, for what you missed, basically, Union is going to be having a meeting with all the Union players, or at least all the ones that we gather. And, words have stopped. We also made a deal with Valkyrie to purchase a couple guns and then potential deals for more contract stuff. For general supply of weapons and such towards the Union in general.
I make character. Also, I need to pull you away for a second, Shane.
Yo, dude, you look fucking spiffing.
Thank you, my dude.
Once we get there, I need to talk to you just for a quick second.
Look great.
Okay.
You don't look too half bad yourself.
Thank
Raps!
you.
Sam! Sam, I love you. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Need right, honestly.
I am the one other Oni. Hello.
Listen, fun fact: Oni are actually a subspecies of orc. You know, there you go.
That's why they have the fucking double toss. They have the upper and lower.
All right, I've got to run though. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Don't get shot.
I don't intend on it.
That's the plan.
For now. No, we need to. For now. Let's stick on Radio 40. Because I don't think 40 is taken.
I don't hear about anybody talking on it yet, so.
Here, hold on, let me actually, I know that the, Upper City channels were pinned, so I'm just gonna double check that.
Works for of his background of where he's like,
Oh, right.
Your gun.
Oh, never
There it
mind.
is.
I got a gun, but I need my meds.
You need your drugs.
I need my drugs. So if you get murked, I'll be able to stab you.
Yep.
So don't get murked.
Hey, if we start getting shot, just hide behind me. I can take more bullets than both of you.
I'll take the bullet. Oh no, I got a little vitality boost.
Okay, 27. 27 is Union.
I just generally take
Am I
less
allowed
physical
to join
bullet
in,
damage.
or-
No.
No, okay. 10-4.
Get fucked.
I'm on my own. I don't need no radio.
So-
You're your own independent dragon person.
Okay, I just got my own reasons. Alright.
So, Hayden?
Oh, there's already gunshots. This is great.
I don't
worry.
hear them, but
I heard him.
So this is the row.
At least one of them,
Yep.
yes. It is the lowest, so...
I mean, I feel like they claim the V concerning the sign.
Interesting.
Surprised they decided to put the in the bigger sign.
To emphasize that this is the row.
The row.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, are you available?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm here to be running some bit.
This is Coach.
Sorry. Yes, we, have been... We are now down in the row, as you can probably guess, to possibly have that meeting we talked about yesterday, and,
someone or something here
with you and the others in the upper city.
Sure. Excellent. We'll meet you by the bank.
I just
Understood.
wanted to know if I can snap a picture of you real quick. That's all.
Sure, go ahead.
We'll meet him by the bank.
I'll part ways and let you do your business when we get over to the bank.
Understood.
Okay.
Safe travels.
Oh, don't. You're not rid of me just yet.
tell Dash of the idea I had as well.
Alright. You do that. I was right there.
Speaking of which...
Were you looking for me?
What?
I had an idea. We can speak about it later.
Okay, I just got the lab coats, so I'm gonna go drop those off in the lab.
Understood.
So sorry
Morning.
for the wait, everyone.
Hello. It is fine.
Open it up.
Like to do it in
Hello
here,
again.
or-
No, I think it's the meeting room.
You're
I hope it still is.
face right after you. Or
Yeah, it's still a bit sore, but I think it's actually healed alright.
Enjoy yourself.
That is good.
don't sound confident.
everyone know you
but
got your
again,
stomach pumped?
everything you said doesn't sound confident.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that everyone?
I do believe so, yes.
Yep, that's
All right, go on and close the bank. We're definitely not doing business right now.
Okay.
Might have to take 2 trips,
please.
gentlemen.
After you.
You guys come up on the next one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. We basically wanted to meet up with you and your associates, and anyone else you think should join us up in the upper city so we could have a proper talk on what we should be doing, like what we want to do as a group.
Well, firstly, I actually thought we were going to come visit you guys. That making you come down here.
That was the plan. We were coming down here to gather you, and Xenon and Ark have gone to the Undercity to gather any associates that might be down there.
Oh, splendid. Well, thank you for picking us up, so to speak. Let's do a round of introductions on my end of this this business here. Rhapsoidia, I'm sure you've been acquainted with our fretful friend Jimmy.
Yes.
Timothy Young.
Hello.
We'll try to fix that nervous tick, but for now it's still a work in progress. Though not directly affiliated, he is under my employ as head of security here at the bank. This is Wrench.
No, it's head of security.
I'm talking to a governor. Let's not talk about that in final
Greetings.
details. And this is Richard here. He's my assistant, helps me with the day-to-day, bigger picture stuff, and will hopefully be helping me in the coming campaign.
Pleasure to meet you.
Understood. And you as well. So, is there anyone else you think we should bring? Be it them here, or maybe you might know the Union Associate in the Undercity better, or anywhere else?
No. Once again, I've lost all contact with the Undercity. I'm hoping to ignite those tracks. You were gonna say something, Jimmy?
Yeah, there's one person. Well, it's there's a synth in the in Scrap Town. He's a Union drone.
What do they look like?
They're literally a toolbox about this big, this high, this wide, can float.
And do you think we should
floating cute box.
bring him as well then?
Well, he is. He does have the Union's best interest in mind, and he is. Well, he was part of. What was it? The Golden Lance. So.
Well, okay then.
I can go pick him up.
That might not be a bad idea. Maybe you and Jimmy, since he knows this synth better. And the rest of us will meet up in the upper city.
Sounds like a plan.
I mean, it works for me. I mean, I don't know what Toolbox can contribute to this, but he is, even though somewhat obsoleted, he is a droid from the old Union.
He is also very much integrated with the community down in Scraptown. So, if he's someone who can influence Scraptown, that might be a useful asset.
That sounds a hell of a lot
Wasn't
better than what you were
there
saying
someone
earlier.
else here as well? I believe I heard them mention that they were Union yesterday. Purple vest, I believe it was, black hair.
He actually, I think he left the Union.
This was a
Took his
woman.
badge off and everything in front of me.
Tall ears.
Well, this is who we have.
Okay then.
Anyone else is deserted to say.
Okay then. Shall we head out then?
Okay.
Yeah, let's head out.
You good to go?
Alright.
Sir.
Brisk talk.
I recommend sending Jimmy with them as a sign of good faith and that we
Why don't you
trust
help them pick up
on our
Toolbox, Jimmy?
Okay, yeah,
thought that was the plan.
Yeah, just making
plan
sure.
was-
'Cause- yeah. I just want to double check he doesn't go anywhere. He's a wandering child, you know. I want to make sure he...
I have my eye on him.
Appreciate it.
Alright, so, have you been to,
After
you
you.
been outside the city? It's a bit dusty, so,
You wait specifically for that, didn't you?
Yeah. I can't help but think this is just another scheme for him to get his toes in the sand. The kid's lost his mind.
Possible.
Oh boy, the things you can hear with enhanced hearing.
I mean the same thing.
I suppose, yeah. But, sure, okay. So, we'll go to, Scraptown and then we'll meet up with you at the tower?
Sounds about right.
Okay. Alright, then, we should probably
Either way.
get going. Yeah, okay, alright.
Me too up top.
Good luck. He does wander, I'm not kidding.
I'm keeping my eye.
Well, while I'm thinking about it, it might not be a bad idea to get some food, at least while I'm down here.
Let's see what's open.
There might be a
lot of
chance
our
that the trains are a little busy as well.
Oh. And yes, it's probably best we make do with what we have.
Well, it seems none of the local spots are open at the moment unless...
That is unfortunate.
I'll run ahead real quick so you guys do not have to walk so much.
I do know that larger groups tend to cause more problems in travel, so...
Yeah, so I've been told. But what else are we supposed to do? We're trying to have this grand meeting with all the union representatives.
Place I went to, though, they grew their own chickens.
They
grew their own chickens?
Yeah,
Wait,
they did them in the
really?
basement. Any luck? Yeah.
Your own chicken. Nope, everything seems to be closer.
Unfortunate.
But I do have leftover spaghetti and meatballs if you so.
Okay, none of that. Come on, this way.
All right, none of that.
Spaghetti and meatballs. Okay, maybe
We should have gone to
we
the
could try to go
church.
to the
They were
church.
giving it for free.
Church. Oh yeah, that's right. They were giving away food, weren't
Yeah,
they?
they were good spaghetti and meatballs.
They were. So I do kind of feel bad. We can
I don't know about this alleyway.
So this is an actual bar, as far as I know.
Oh, well, it's my first time coming
It's
here.
better than nothing, is what I said.
Oh. Well then.
Mr. Mayor, this is the man I've been looking for.
Since when did I wasn't expecting to see you behind the bar.
Huh? Well, since that cutie came up and was like, hey, we need someone to watch the bar, serve drinks, and keep the place locked down while we go and do errands elsewhere. I mean, hey, someone pays me,
I
they pay
did
me.
have a
Do what I need to.
Well, I guess since you're serving the role of barkeep right now, I wanted to know if you happen to have Marceline pass through here. Trying to catch up with
Marceline.
her.
Nope, she has not. You know, more people should
Alright,
swing by the bars in the morning. I understand most people don't like to drink past 6, but I feel like it's a good way to, take a load off to start the day,
I think the best way is to possibly trick him. Have something on the grill or something, Gotta give something to chew alongside drinking.
That or we just start a month-long campaign to, change people's minds up, right?
Yeah, let's just induce the behavior of day drinking. I'm really picking up what you're putting down.
I can't tell if that was sarcasm or not.
Good to see you again. Well, what can I do you for, Mayor?
Rich.
Sorry to you guys that.
It's whatever.
Well, now that I'm sure the bar is now the safest place in the row. Now that you're managing it, I brought some esteemed
actually,
guests.
Quite
one with
the
me.
opposite, actually. It's a lot safer now that I am here. I'd like to think, at least for the time being.
Oh. Well, I feel very secure in being in a place that you're supervising. So, we might take a table up top. I'm with the governor here.
At the moment, he's
The
talking to
GU.
someone. Would you like me to take a message?
I see.
Do
Go
you
for
serve
it.
food
Any
here?
drinks I could get you?
I was literally ranting trying to find who you guys are at.
I'm sorry. That
Oh, we're in like an
video is-
underground bar area.
Oh, I know where that is.
Could you please repeat that?
Alright.
We do have drinks here we can give you at least. Now, she hasn't permitted me to cook anything for you. But if you're looking to get something to drink, you just pick your color, and I can give you alcoholic, non-alcoholic. I'm pretty sure the flavor coincides with the color. Yellow is lemony, blue is blueberry, and pink is like raspberry-y.
I know you guys have martinis, so.
We do. Those right down here.
I personally think I will try the yellow non-alcoholic, please.
Sounds good. That'll be 1,000 credits. I'll go ahead and scan on that right there.
Yes, just one moment.
Mm-hmm.
And, there you go.
Perfect. Went right through. There you go. And you want a martini, right?
Yes,
I'll
I
have a
did,
pink
sir.
one.
Pink
Non-alcoholic,
one, you
please.
got it. Yep. I'll pull these out, and I'll move this over here. You, Mr. Mayor. Tell you what. This one's on me. So let me get you your
Every time I
martini.
come here, the person working gets me a free drink. This is becoming my favorite place.
Well, fortunately, it seems in my company it's gonna remain that way. And you wanted the yellow, right?
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Favorite drink for my favorite person.
The pink.
You haven't meaning to speak to you ever since I got back in town.
We should talk. How's your day job going?
I guess yellow works fine as well.
Well, it took me cross-planet to chase down some rich lady's poodle. Who the fuck steals a poodle?
I don't know.
They are
Poor thing was
very
dead when I
rare
got
breed.
there, but...
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. 1,000 credits on
no,
that.
that's a tragedy.
Just candy card.
Poodles are expensive.
Right this way,
Thank you.
They are.
You need anything?
We're gonna get you guys.
Oh, I'm fine.
I'll take a teal one. I just felt bad not asking.
Got it. Alcoholic, non-alcoholic.
Full alcohol.
Fuck yeah. My guy. Got it. Two. You guys paint separate or together?
I'll cover this time.
This is quite the area.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll do a take it aside to towards the
Oh, goodness.
Actually, yeah, it was pretty good.
I get you. Opportunistic.
Right, sir, that's right.
I did not know this place even existed.
I do know, yesterday my search for Coach, actually, someone pointed us down in this direction.
Oh, how does it feel?
It's miserable. I normally wouldn't be caught down here.
Well, now I know where to find him.
Nah, you gotta be on time to work before you find me in a bar.
Alright, that wasn't. I had no control over that, sir.
But everything being said, I am quite taken with this place ever since they started giving me free beverages.
Sorry about that.
I believe that would be a common side effect of being given free stuff.
Yeah, I like free.
Who doesn't?
Unless
It'd
the
be
free
more
stuff
simple
that
if I
you're
had
given is
drinking
really
buddy.
shit.
Hey, it's Jimmy's drinking all that ruffian stuff down out there wastelands. Can you believe it? He was drinking motor oil till they pumped his stomach.
No, I'm not surprised.
I'm surprised he's not dead yet.
I think we're gonna have to submit him for counseling again and see if we can get something for his anxiety. He keeps resorting to self-destructive behaviors.
How do you drink motor oil? It smells terrible. Your body alone would disagree with it.
When
I mean,
first met him, I thought
he
he
gets
was
pushed
green.
into everything.
Yeah, but I think there might be something cognitive, some sort of dissonance in him, you know?
I mean,
He perceives things differently than us.
You know it's the wasteland, right? So it's like, he was probably pushed into it, and they were like, here's a drink on the house, have it. And they all carry fucking barbed weapons.
That's even
It's
more
Timothy.
miserable, you know?
If he's alone down
He
there.
thinks they're his friends, and they're literally asking him to do the most outrageous things for their humor.
Well,
we've seen what
I
they
know
do to
what
him.
works.
They're both pulling his leg.
It seems everyone's doing that.
Yeah, it reminds me that I should stop.
Hell, I see him on the street and I see people ragging on him.
Yeah. Well, Governor, this type of discussion should kind of allude to the point that I think the cultures and the customs that vary between our newly segregated territories are quite vast. And in some cases, I worry we'll never see eye to eye.
I do know that in my understanding of what I've read, the different rows do have different culture, different businesses, different types of people.
Well, how do you plan to get a bunch of people on different wavelengths on board?
I'm not. Sorry, this
just
one is
wondering, did
proving
anyone tell
difficult.
Timothy and the big one that traffic might be hard and we might not go up to the upper city for a while?
At the very least, I suppose
Roped into something stupid.
it would take them at least a little bit to find this synthetic, and
Not if it's Timothy. He probably walked up to someone, asked, and they got instantly.
Well,
so they're probably up in the upper city right now waiting for us.
worst case scenario, we
I'm
can.
wondering if it may be prudent to relocate the whole thing. If it's really that, much an issue to go up top.
Well, it might be a little better now, at the very least. However, I don't know how many of the rest of our associates are up there currently, though. Maybe after we finish these drinks, we can head up ourselves at the very least.
If you say so.
I do know it is very interesting that Massaro has taken ownership of the Undercity.
You find it strange?
Well, from what I know, the corporations mostly govern the inner ring. And then it's mostly my job to take care of the outer ring. And then there's this single pocket that Massaro governs as if it were in the inner ring.
Well, I wouldn't call what they did fair. You know, just because one of the things I was worried about when it came to the Undercity, you know, they thought they could break off and be independent from all this, source their stuff locally, do exclusive business with the Wastelanders, thinking they have created their own land of opportunity. But, you know, lo and behold, they've been taken over, right?
I don't know all of the things that have happened, but that does seem to be the result, yes.
Some other people came up here. An attack squad, nonetheless. It was very strange because they were here around the same time, I'd say, the first onslaught of aliens happened, and what ended up happening was that, you know, I feel like we were somewhat protected, but it seemed like that was an unfortunate side product for them. They were just trying to get themselves out of here.
People from the Undercity attacked this row?
No. The corporation that took over the Undercity.
Oh.
Even though, if you ask me, I think the day that the Undercity would attack us is pretty soon. We have no handle on this territory anymore.
Well, maybe that is one of the things we can speak about a little bit more in detail when we meet up with the others.
I'm jaded. The last Union rep from down there ended up becoming a bomber. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, I do remember hearing about that.
Part of me doesn't even think he was in his right senses. I feel like he was taken over, confused, hoodwinked. I don't know. I don't trust this magic bullshit. And that's what I think we need to have a handle on.
Well, all I know is that unfortunately
I'm gonna
we
go
can...
outside and check on the traffic.
Thank you, Lynch.
I believe this drink is just about done for me at the very least.
I mean, hey, I'm done too. They'll fill me up when I get back later. But to say I'm jaded is quite the big understatement, Governor. Very big understatement.
Isn't that a gemstone?
A what?
Jade? A gemstone?
I am pretty sure.
What? Where?
You said you're jaded.
Oh, well, it's also a term to show extremely frustrated and not having much patience with, based on anecdotal experience.
Oh.
So when I say I'm jaded, I don't see anything shining. I see something that I don't truly believe in, and I'm quite tired of.
That is unfortunate.
I'm sure my mind can be changed. I'm just saying we need something a little creative other than coming together and promising each other that we'll look out for the greater good.
I do believe that is what we were trying to do last year at the very least.
I know that's what we tried, but was sourcing guns from the enemy worth it? Even now, getting this toaster from the wasteland, who honestly, I don't know what happened to his programming, claims his allegiances to the GU. but his primary concern is his immediate surroundings of the wasteland. Held information over it.
It's understandable. I mean,
Alright. Look, I'm sorry, I got up on the wrong foot there.
How's it looking?
Just, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna take care.
Good for where we're trying to go.
Perfect. Alright, so be it. Let's head on our way.
The fuck is going on in the Undercity? There's 62 people there. What the fuck?
Oh dear.
My lord.
Is that common? No, of course not. Lead the way, Governor. We'll be following.
Understood.
This place is crazy.
I do know that this place certainly is very different from my home planet. And we do the respawn. How you doing, Booza?
How's you? Usual.
Did you sort of cut out? Repeat, please.
The usual, man. You know how it is.
Hmm.
How's everything with you?
Okay. I do know it was nice to have union people last week. Because as I believe you do.
I don't know when you're showing up, man. You guys better have a good plan.
Well, I don't have much. Hopefully, Zankia.
It actually doesn't matter how many show up. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You know. You know. GU. Imagine getting anything done.
Well, hopefully, we'll do something.
Yeah, let's make it. Is the Discord still active, by the way? Is it
It's
still something we're using?
We will likely be. One of the things we'll be talking about is establishing it.
Oh, okay. Understood.
Yeah, and then we'll have a discussion exactly what we need to do based on out of character. We'll probably talk about what we want to do, how we want to set it up, all that kind of stuff, based on what we talked about in character. Yeah. Here we go.
All right, cool. All right, I'll see you there.
So, Jen, how we doing? Isn't there supposed to be a panel there? I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a panel there.
Are we in the wrong place?
We shouldn't be.
This place looks worse than the opposite. Oh, the row, I mean. What's up?
Yeah, this place is shit. Like the spawner and shit, everything else is normal.
Bro, what?
I see you're putting the gigantic weapon that I brought back from the space mission to good use.
No, we can't use it yet. This is just a regular big buck off weapon.
Wait, you can't use it yet?
No, even though we researched and developed it, we actually need to craft it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh well, at least you have it.
Yeah.
You guys will be able to research.
Hey, perfect timing.
Oh shit, they actually showed up.
Yeah.
Hey, perfect timing.
I gotta go harass the
Just
Undercity
got
now.
toolbox and
Do a good job of it. We hate the Undercity.
Yeah, fuck the Undercity.
Fuck magic.
Man.
Yeah.
What?
You know who I
Fuck
played?
the magic people.
I don't care. I mean, you're dead. Leave it alone. That's like grudges.
I just feel sad. Like every time I hear that kind of stuff, just sad on the inside.
Oh my god, come on, man. You're acting like I killed you. You guys fought Harry Potter wars amongst yourselves.
You fought Harry Potter wars.
Still, it's the fuck magic just in general. Like, oh.
Who killed you anyways? Remind me?
Eros. And the other, Dark Sisters. Or Dusk's daughters now.
I'm sorry, dude. Okay, then I won't say. Okay, in character, Coach has his disbeliefs in magic, but obviously, you guys are great,
Yeah, like I know it's not out of character thoughts and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Ah!
My pockets!
My pockets!
So did you grab Big Neck as well, or just toolbox?
Just toolbox, because apparently there's something happened a thread that's happening in the wasteland, so we can only just like quickly go in, grab toolbox, and leave.
Yeah, currently Undercity has 53 people, and the wastelands has 52.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I never got to go to the Undercity.
I went there once with Thomas. It was like that was a blast. I like the spirits. I like the
I feel like
ghosts.
the Undercity had a lot of love in the making, and like I don't think I've even seen all of it. Anyways,
it's a really
okay,
cool
so we're missing Scaly.
Yeah.
Where did Scaly go?
yeah, he's just loaded in. I think he's coming in.
Okay. So wait, I'm surprised that we managed to go
Oh,
down
hey,
and grab
look, it's the
toolbox.
person that gunned me down. Oh, hey, it's both the people that gunned me down.
Oh,
How you doing?
Hey. I had a fucking.
There's better be a season 2 joke.
Probably.
I think it's
because of my major debt.
Oh, hell
He's
yeah.
loading in because he has
I
to
told him to
load the whole map.
I was
'Cause
told
I
they
doubt
signed
he's
a
ever
weapons
been here
contract
before.
with Valkyrie. I told him to fuck off.
Yeah. I'm a bit surprised that you didn't just go straight to. So what? You stuck around in the row for a little bit.
Yeah. What's his name? Senkyo.
Okay.
Senkyo isn't here, huh?
Social.
It
So
just
what-
felt like you were gonna be some time. I don't know. It just didn't seem like you'd get a quick resolution out of there.
Yeah, no, I mean that's fair, but we did actually. Oh my god! I suppose we did it rather quickly.
Oh, perfect! Wow!
Oh, there you go.
Holy shit!
Perfect fucking time.
Okay, all right. Now then. Now we've. Okay. Everyone's coming together. It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
The gathering of the union.
What do you think's gonna happen? The Union stands for do nothing.
I don't think I need my guns for this. I'll be
Wow.
Alright, so I was told I need to ping a DM.
Yes, you do, motherfucker.
Why do you need to ping a
Get
dance?
here,
Chandler's up there. I don't know how back to that.
Look at all these boys.
So,
How are you?
Ro loaded in. We had sent Jimmy and Jin down to the wasteland to go catch Toolbox. Apparently, Elkin should be loading in at some point.
Englishman singing Hanson.
Yeah, we loaded in.
You're also like skipping syllables.
They loaded in, and then you loaded in while we were all waiting for.
Okay, you're good.
Like
It's fucking perfect time, I've got to say.
I don't think any of us.
Impeccable.
Hey.
No one coordinated. Hey, it's fucking good.
Yeah, none of us expected it to look like this well.
Undercity has 60 people, so I'm like, I have to go.
Should be good, alright.
You're good.
Remember,
Yeah, we have a whole squad.
So,
you need to do it.
by the end, it was me and then the Row Union guys. We left, we loaded in, and then Jimmy and Jin had gone down to the wasteland to go grab a toolbox. They loaded it, and then just now, Ark, Sinon came with Flint. Did you find Fishbowl?
I'm pretty sure it's with Redding character.
We found Fishbowl as well, yeah. Fishbowl's on the way.
She's probably down, buddy.
We got everyone.
Yeah, surprisingly,
everyone is here.
Toolbox coming up.
Just about it. We don't have Knick-Knack. I think Marceline is still technically Union. I think there's like one or two others.
God, every time I hear Marceline, I just want to scream out the vampire.
Oh yeah, that's
But
right.
yeah, it's the best timing.
Yes.
Unintentional.
Thank you.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Marceline, the vampire queen.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh,
Fuck, it's so easy. Like I hear it and all I want to do is scream.
Yes, to answer your question, you guys. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was when we split, I was like, it's like 44, 45. I was like, maybe we should like grab some food or something, so we got a drink, and then we came up when it was at 39. So I was like, we're probably good.
She's so
Wait a minute, is that
fucking
fish?
big.
Holy shit!
Where's the count?
Wait, is this
Sam,
fishbowl?
there's no count.
Yeah, that's Fishbowl, alright.
Fishbowl grew up.
I would notice her anyway.
God damn.
That's crazy.
She grew up
I
smooth.
mean, still, that's.
I mean, you probably would have seen it.
Goddamn Sam Harris.
Very slick too.
I sound like I
Still
am
personal
12.
monologue.
Good
job.
Did you guys catch the NPC guy as well? Or the extra guy?
He was not brought up.
Okay.
I couldn't find him.
The NPC guy.
Yeah.
What?
There's like a maintenance guy in the Undercity that's technically extra. But like names and
Same thing
such.
with the wasteland and Undersea are the same thing. It's like they're a bunch of
Nope,
people.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
So like, this happens every time.
It's fine.
Where is Toolbox?
That's a good question.
I don't know. It's
Should
taking
be
a
on his
fucking
way.
long time to load in.
Sure.
I mean, I suppose his internet isn't the best, but like.
Here, does anyone's viewers like? Could anyone's viewers here check on Toolbox, see if he's still loading or what's up?
Hey, Abyss, can you check on Toolbox, please?
Doo-doo.
Thank you, Abyss.
Bush Boy is still there. He's okay.
Imagine having viewers.
I have a chat now, it's awesome.
Wait, scale your screen. What do you mean?
Imagine streaming.
I don't get watched. I think I have
I'm
one
only
viewer.
dropping 1/3 of my frames, so.
I expect that to be at least 5 people right now.
We can make sure that you drop all of your frames right here, right
Drop them
now.
all. Right now.
Let's not.
Don't do it. The DMs won't have to deal with
And then
it.
in Metaverse, I'll kill your police character. I'll do both at the same time.
Would you survive without that mask on?
I didn't do anything.
This?
Yes.
It would hurt.
Yes,
Extremely.
I would. It's just he has weak lungs at the moment, so it'd be like, oh no!
Well, I mean, if you honestly drew your gun on me, we could call a DM and see what happens.
Also, I want you to know.
Yes.
Do we just want to head in there and start doing it?
He does have a mask on, yes, currently.
I don't see that, and I have sabotage shown.
We don't talk about
And I have everything none.
let's just
Yes, I
go
just
do
showed
it.
it. I
It's
showed
fine.
it because I heard that from context. Now I can see it.
Let's just go in there. Let's just go do the thing, because we don't want to wait too long. Yeah.
Any report on
It's like a
Toolbox?
disco, but it's a body.
It's just locking us out of RP. I want to go do stuff.
Hold on, I've got some pins.
Sizzle, any word?
What did you? Oh wow, yes sir, or yes.
Okay.
Word?
Boss.
Did they respond?
Yep.
They responded with a yep.
Where do we exit? Is everyone here?
Abyss, what does yep mean?
We still
Okay.
have Toolbox.
Yeah, no, he's
I think it'd be
actually
safe
messaged
to-
me. Yeah, he's messaged me saying to go on without him.
Okay.
So
You're gonna hate me for doing this, but
Going up through on the
25 up
It was worse last season. I had.
40.
They made jokes about. I had
And we will.
and then I would like do water guns, right? So finger water guns. And then they thought that I was pissing out of my fucking finger.
Okay, guys.
Let's
to the
focus
train.
up. Let's focus up. All right.
To the
Okay,
train.
yeah.
Train.
We all managed to catch the train at the same time.
Together.
Oh.
You know, as far as organization
Stuffy
goes, we are
elevator.
bloody impeccable, I must say.
Yes, that surprised. That time was quite surprising.
Yeah.
All right, let's make our way.
Let's go.
Is it normal this bright?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Now the question is, can we all cram ourselves in?
Oh.
I'm sure we could.
Wear glasses.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Mind the
Good
gap.
Okay, no, I'm fine. I'm good.
What are the fucking carry?
Someone's a bit big.
No, please don't.
All right. Go ahead and start heading out.
The next one, I'm not fitting in.
Alright, sure.
Okay, very well. We will head.
Man, this timing.
Going in.
Okay.
To time it.
Thank you.
Wait. Ooh, you made it. Nice.
Oh, okay.
It's actually pretty comfy. All right.
Well, it has to be.
Well, of course, it's the upper city, dear.
I'm not sure if I can
Well,
fit in one of
Upper
those
City
clothes.
Union. Yeah.
Take a seat on the couch.
Thank you.
Of course.
Can everyone hear me?
Make sure you're yelling so everyone can hear.
That's what I was thinking.
I can.
I think we're well separated enough from other places. Should be all right.
I would hope so, yes?
Yes.
We'll find out real quick if we aren't.
Okay.
Probably.
Alright, be quick.
So, I do know this was mostly your idea, Xenon, so...
This was mostly organized. I'm going to yell in a moment. This was organized more or less to, again, organize what we currently have and our assets and, you know, who we have around which we can...
I got it.
I got it.
Do check that.
Send the muscle.
Quite the doorbell you guys have.
It is quite the doorbell. But to that end, we want to assess who we have, what we have on staff, more or less. Moreover, we'd like to try and re-establish communications, because apparently there were communications a year ago, but they seem to have filtered out, more or less. Hence, gather us all here so we can have all each other's contacts and we can all just, you know what's going on.
It was just your coach. I mean, your assistant coach.
Oh. Sorry about that.
It's quite alright. But anyway, yes, so. Do you have anything to say, or shall I continue conducting this?
Well, I do know that one of Coach's problems has been the major disconnect between the Undercity and the Row, because supposedly they were much more connected, at least before I was here.
Well, many of
Before
you are
Masaga.
actually connected, physically.
It may be worth doing a round of introductions so that when we're starting to talk about such matters, we know maybe who would be more specialized in what areas.
Probably wise. Shall we start from the top?
Well, I believe everyone except that one over there knows by now that, and you. I am Rhapsoidia. I am from Offworld. I am the governor of the Outer Ring now. I've taken Victor's place from and I'm new at this, but I will do my best.
I am Sinon Honeybee, or Sinon Odessa is my real name, but Honeybee is a pseudonym. You can call me Bee, Honey, Sinon, whatever you prefer, it's up to you. And I am a diplomat and spokesman. I talk to people, and that is pretty much all I do. Looking forward to working with you all. Mr. Cross?
Yeah, I'm retired, reinstated Detective Flint Cross of the Galactic Union. I should have you all know, I'm in deep cover in Undercity because they have outright banned all Union operations down there without express Masaru approval. Needless to say, I had to lie about my position with y'all. So, if Masaru comes up at any point with me, I'm not affiliated with Union. I'm an independent private eye. But otherwise, I'm still deep-seated here. Lord knows how long it's going to take them to look at my file, because it's still on there, but things aren't looking good for the Undercity, so I'm still doing work down there.
Understood.
I'm Jimothy. I'm the bank teller at the Row. I happen to do a lot of the IDs there, and I also happen to be in good contact with people at the in Scraptown. So if that's any use to you at all, then hopefully I can help in some way.
Maybe.
I guess I'll go first. I'm Coach Eric. I'm a GE representative, and I'm the mayor of the Row. I'm joined here by a couple of aides. I don't think you guys want to introduce yourselves, do you?
Well, I'm Richard, hello, and I'm Coach's personal assistant.
I'm Wrench. I'm just security for the bank.
Alright, man. You just happen to be there, go on.
Otake Jin, security for upper.
And swinging around.
I'm Fishbowl. I worked in the Undercity, but I'm not sure what I'm doing now due to Masaru. So, yeah.
And I'm Miss Archivist. I am the magical consultant for the Union.
Complete.
So, would we say that the disconnect between the Undercity and Coach's Row, would we say that is the largest pressing matter, or does anyone else have anything else that they would like to bring up?
I mean, to be clear, it's kind of spilled milk at this point, you know? They wanted their own independence, and they got themselves taken over. I just want to make it apparent that this is what's happened. We can't actually fix the infrastructure that connects both territories, can we?
Not currently, with the operations suspended down there.
I could add on to that if you'd like.
Well, please do.
Well, it's unfortunate, Mayor, that you can't hold your hand over there. Masaru wants to sell off the Undercity, piece by piece, to the corps.
Really?
Seriously?
7 ways split so they can get there. Yes. Now, I brought up corporate sovereignty, but that didn't mean jack shit to them, so. They want to get their cut. So, unless we do something, they're gonna get it.
It doesn't sound right to me that a single area like that should be split up that much.
I know. Especially since it has a national treasure, one would call it. The Grove.
More like a natural nuisance, if you ask me.
Well, opinions aside, Masaru thinks it's very valuable. And they didn't fix up the place for nothing.
Well, at the very least to me it seems, as I mentioned to Coach, it's strange to me that there is 100% corp-owned an area like that is outside of the inner ring in the first place.
Oh yes, it was a full corp takeover.
And
Parade and everything.
I have been notified that it is all on the books, at the very least, but I might need to...
What exactly are they laying claim to? Is it just the land and property?
The land itself.
I
see.
My understanding is that it is effective...
How is any of this on the books? Privatization of property on this scale. Parts of the sector that I refused to sell was taken and split off for sale anyways.
That is... interesting.
Could be some interplay involved. That went over your head.
You might need to look into that then. Because... well, for the,
could have done this.
for the upper city, it does sort of make sense. Like, each area has their own... each corporation has their own area, but I believe it was built like that.
I mean, now you're signifying collusion at this point. Like, what hand do we have to play here? We can't even go crying to the other ones.
I mean, the point I was making at that moment was... that kind of split for such a small area doesn't seem right. Like I'm pretty sure even the inner ring has... is more or less...
It's the sewer of a slums, Rhapsoidia. No one bats a fucking eye for a sewer of a slum.
Well, if we are to help the people, be them ones that are forsaken or ones that are more officially under our jurisdiction, I feel like now might be the time to see if we can do something.
I'm collecting evidence of collusion, Mr. Mayor. There's something deeper
When
down.
you say any of this to them, it's not going to mean anything.
But we also hold the checks and balances between the corporations. So, at least as far as I know.
I brought the very same thing up. They told me I own the streets and the signs and the street lights, and that's about it. And then they took the very gun I was holding and walked out of this place.
I wonder if that checks and balances is true.
Well, at the very least, between corp dealings, I believe most of their large-scale things like territory acquisition and that kind of thing is to go through us. We are to, I believe, at the very least, if I am wrong, anyone can correct me.
Procedure, Governor. Just we didn't want to sell. I refused to sell. And what happened was...
Yeah, they pressed you anyway.
Carnage. You know, like, they detonated the salad the first time, the shit grew back, and now they're trying to claim it again.
Well...
The very same company that pretends to own the place now was very much involved when an attack squad was sent down to detonate the thing in the first place.
At the very least, after this full meeting is finished, we might need, at the very least, Coach Sinon and I might need to look into that, maybe with your help, Flint.
Sure. I'm still a detective, after all.
So,
I'm just saying I'm not surprised, guys. They isolated the place geographically and misled that place into thinking it's self-governed, and at the most inopportune time did a hostile takeover. And we have no claim to this. What are we supposed to do?
well, if it was technically under your jurisdiction, whether or not it looked like it, then I personally find it off that if you had authority to sell it, then the rejection of that would be superseded.
Masaru's ceremony for the rebranding of Undercity is tomorrow. If any of you wanted to attend, I'll be there as security. But anyway, doesn't look like we have an obvious solution for this, so we can table it for now. If we want to look for files that are a mile deep, then we can take our time. Otherwise, I'm sure you have more important matters to deal with.
Well, I think we could put some things in place, right? I'd want to know...
Sure.
Which parts of the Undercity are being selected for sale, how they're being divvied up, who they're going to. For those that know what the Grove is, it's as much trouble as it is, it's a pretty lucrative piece of land. Its soil itself is worth a lot. I can only imagine it's at, the heart of this ploy.
At
But
the
I'd like to know
moment,
what's
right,
going on
the
with this
Grove
place.
is off limits for Corp, but I think the end goal is either the Grove or the Necromancer Sanctum right below.
Once upon a time, not many people even knew about it. It seems to be like a tourist exhibit at this point.
Well,
so
I do believe that this is something at least the four of us should look into after we're finished. So for the time being, is there anything else that anyone would like to bring up? Jin?
Yesterday, and you can confirm this or not, a dragon that works from the magic place bitch-slapped our dear Jiminy over here. On the row, not last. My point is...
You were assaulted in the row?
Can't we find the shit out of them for
That he
doing
was.
that?
Well, file a report, Mr. Jimothy.
Please.
Quinn made me.
It's
Quinn
still
made
counts as
me
assault.
say something to him, and I think that was what resulted as a response.
We'll deal with Quinn's employment after this. You don't have to worry about that for much longer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But if legal action should be taken, because it was an assault in the road, then that might need to be looked into as well.
I mean, that's Masaru as well, so,
Guys are walking around like they already own the place. Interesting.
I mean, that's the thing. They did something on the place they don't own.
Now you're telling me one of their guys is coming to my neck of the woods and bitch slapping my employees.
Yeah, they're already
I don't
stirring
feel
your
too
pot,
safe.
Mayor.
Yeah, understandably so.
We're lucky it's just Jimmy at this point. What if someone else got hurt?
Wow.
what
Wow.
does that mean?
So... is that about it? At least for major concerns?
It's a lot of it, fortunately.
I do believe you were looking to find another employment, Fishbowl, correct?
I would assume we would handle that administrative stuff after the larger.
I was going to conduct an interview afterwards, and, but...
Understood. So... that's all the major stuff. If you wish to conduct that interview, you may. And then you can meet up with us in my office while I speak with at least Flint and Coach about the dealings with the Undercity.
Very well.
And then maybe at least for the moment, since myself and Sinon are currently a little busy, you can look into the assault, Jin.
Very well.
So, I do believe that is about it.
Good seeing all of you. Truly.
Oh, contacts. Last thing.
Yes.
You don't mind?
Oh, yes, contacts, yes.
Oh,
You do this portion for me, Rich.
Well, of course, sir. What are you paying me
You can
for
reach
if
me
I
anytime,
didn't?
Sinon.
Just do what you do, Rich.
Oh, if you need to contact the mayor, you
Jin.
can just reach through me, and I will
Flint?
set up any.
I would like to
Yes.
accompany you to this meeting with Master.
I seem to have disappeared right quick.
Oh, yeah, he got a little bit of issues.
Yes, yes, over here.
Don't get all magic nerd up and...
Flint, over here.
We greatly appreciate all the time that you spent. Hope you all have a wonderful day.
Of course.
I'm just trying to ease the mood just a
Go on,
bit.
Mr. Jin.
Wait, that might be, that
Anyway,
might
seems
be
like somebody's at the
toolbox,
door.
I don't know.
So, shall we meet in my office then?
Sure, go
With Coach?
Well, your details, your contact details, you want to be added to, you know.
Oh, Radio 40.
Oh my.
I don't believe that this is actually my office. I believe this is technically Mr. Goldman's.
Deal with you later. Okay.
Oh, that's alright.
Goldman's. As if he comes here anymore.
Well,
It's up to you.
Do you have a contact?
we will need to move over to the...
Toolbox is here.
I assumed your
Just in time.
Alright,
Need to contact me.
Sinon, or you can fill toolbox in here.
Of course, we'll find a way. Wait, what? Are we finding toolbox? Oh, that's. Oh, I see.
Tool. Head right on in. Alright, other side.
Just waiting for Coach.
Yeah.
There he is.
Darn thing. Reeks of wasteland.
Be quick.
It doesn't. Alright. Excuse me, lad.
My apologies.
No, you're good. Let's be over here.
So, let me bring up what I can on the undercity that Masaru has obtained.
DM here.
Hello! So, we want to talk about the dealings with Masaru and the Undercity, and if we can do anything about that, because in character I have been told that Coach did not consent to selling it. However, I personally don't know the specifics of how much he would have a say at the point of last season in general. And then
possible override of corporate sovereignty.
and also on top of that, there is the big tour that the Undercity is doing that we have been notified of thanks to Flint. And we want to know if that much of a split of such a small area or something along those lines is going to cause that's going to be a problem legally, or like if there's any like maybe laws that might be against that. And
Chandler, did you want me to handle this, or are you on this?
I'm trying to understand. So you're trying to ask if Masaru kind of like buying the Undercity is going to have any legal complications. That's what you're trying to figure out.
So
jealous.
No.
I messaged Hunter about this. I messaged Hunter about this a little bit.
Okay, he knows what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'll just go fuck myself. That's fine.
No, I'm sorry.
No, dude, no, take it away. It's good. No, it's good.
Okay, it is a gray area. On a technical basis, they did have some control over aspects of it during season 1, but in season 2 they separated off. It is no longer a part of the row because the row and the Undercity are no longer connected, and as a direct result of that, that is technically not the row any longer. In terms of legality, Masaru has basically bought a sewer and the equivalent of a non-entity sort of place for people to live. It's because they allowed it to be separated off the way that it was. It is no longer under union control.
Okay, so
and Masaru was able to snap it up, and that is legal on a technical basis. It is
can everyone else hear you right now? So like we can have this conversation.
No. Do you want me to?
It's probably a good idea to have this conversation as a group. So
okay. So let me go ahead and become DM hands real fast. Here we go.
I'm just gonna move over here.
So, your question about the row. Yeah. Okay. On a technical basis, the Undercity was only sort of part of the row prior to, because it was built out of a very small strip of the road that extended underground that was technically under Traverse's control to begin with, because it was the subway system. When they extended it out like that and closed off from the row, they basically cut themselves off of the row. The entirety of the Undercity was no longer under the row's jurisdiction, but they allowed themselves to at least think that for short periods of time. When Masaru invaded, they basically invaded a non-entity. It is a gray area. Technically, you could make the argument both that it is still part of the row and it is not part of the row. If you wanted to legally go out
you guys
them,
choose, you know?
Yeah.
Like just for me, season 1 was primarily trying to like not sell that place, you know?
Yeah, I totally understand it. And they kind of fucked you over because they themselves cut themselves off from the row. That was entirely their fault. If you want to try, yeah, if you want to try and go for it, if you want to try and go down there and kind of like argue for that, you can go to Masaru and make an argument for it, that the part that was originally a part of the row is still technically yours, but anything that wasn't originally a part of the row is gray. So you and Masaru would have to argue over that left, right. And this is the one who would be representing you, so you would have to do it together, basically.
Yeah. And of course, I would bring in
legal gray area. Yeah, it's a gigantic pain. It's bureaucracy at the least, red tape everywhere.
At the very least, out of character, I want them to have at least a little bit of trouble. But like I mean, it's like in character as well. Like it makes sense that there will be conflict, having at the very least having it be sold split 7 ways between the corporations.
Yeah, I will say that there are some easy answers to this that I can't tell you, because if I tell you, then you immediately figure it out. Mm-hmm. So just know that this problem can be simplified. It's not going to be easy, but there are solutions.
Yeah, so
if I'm a detective, am I able to get hints from here?
No.
Okay,
it would actually benefit you more if you were boop boop
like as an individual, but
Yeah,
it's not something that I'm going to tell him during.
Understandable.
Anyway.
Understandable, and I feel like this would be a decent. It's of course up to you, but I feel like now would be a potential use of my major edge of learning about like movements and plans and that kind of stuff, possibly, if you think it's relevant at the very least.
To figure out what exactly? Just making sure.
So it might not be as relevant because I'm mostly looking into stuff that is like on the books and written down and not exactly actively happening. But if you wish to give me like hints or anything, like I during this conversation I'll be like looking into like what Masaru has.
I think the group's consensus here is just trying to make sense of what's going on, see if we can like see a pattern.
Yeah.
You know, possibly elude ourselves to any of their plans. Like, bro, I'm not going to stop my foot saying this is mine. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. Yeah, at the end of the day, this is they are doing it. It is technically above board, but that's only a technicality. If you strip that away, it is sort of still below. But it's gray. Like I said, it's
okay.
You can make an argument for
we'll just
it.
play it out. That's fine.
Yeah. And if you want to like take me aside or now later or just send me a message later about any information that I might know, that's fine. But I think
yes, 100%. I will let you know.
The message then or no?
Oh yeah, later.
Okay,
later.
yeah.
Not right
As
now.
easy as it is, we know nothing right now. I just know that a part of the sector I used to manage was just they claimed independence after a catastrophe, and they got themselves taken over.
Yeah. So
well, I tried. Season 2 was something else.
I know.
Okay. So the question,
I will say 100%. 100%. That both of you would know.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, somebody's talking to me in my brain.
Gotta love those voices.
Okay. What you definitely know
the
for
two of us
sure
know
is that on a purely legal basis, even though they claimed independence, you, on paper, technically own the part that used to be connected to the row. So any of that train station,
and
but it would be
better.
Not necessarily the Grove. Not necessarily the Grove.
Question. Yeah, that's question. Question.
Go
yes.
ahead.
So train station, and the line about that. So that would include the steam district, and the bit to the side of the Grove. Correct.
Only the train station. It goes about as far as the train station or so. And I know that gets really confusing.
So
but you might
line...
have better luck if you think about the other group that might own the train station.
Fair. So I see what you're getting at.
About that from you, man. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I know.
So. At the very least, the train station isn't.
I know, it's fine.
So, like, the only thing that would be technically connected would have been the train station, not the knowledge district, not the Grove, not any of that bit.
No, because those were all made by the actual individuals living down there. There's a reason that stuff was rickety and garbo for so long. The sewer system is still sort of a gray area in and of itself as well. See, that one's probably gray, but it's lesser gray. Like, you could really make an argument for that one.
Yeah, because like
those
the
areas, but
is
the brand new areas,
as well,
definitely not.
Okay, yeah.
DM question.
Yeah. There is a.
And I think this is something Zabs was trying to like maybe say. I'm gonna try to ask it differently. Like, if we were to look at schematics or blueprints of like. Let's say the railway or whatever we're calling it. If there's anything that per se protrudes into that, that line of scrimmage, if you will, like something that was altered or built, or just lands on something that traditionally would have been part of a built
railway.
railway.
On the radio or have the radio on?
Is that something that we have claim to, or is it just something like if there's no tracks, it's not us?
Let me put it this way: if there's tracks,
Mr. Muscle, how
it's
can
part
I
of the
help you?
railway. That's how you should think about it.
Jiminy
So the station right there, totally technically the row if you can talk them into no longer having independence, because they did blow out that one doorway. That is your biggest problem right now, is that separation. But obviously we can't remove that because we're two different maps. So
So
I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
If
I can hear you now.
Hello.
If we were going to poke these guys,
also, I have a million things going on.
Anyway,
so.
I got Jimmy
and we have.
If you want to get back into
I'm
character,
about to start.
have I helped enough for doing more? Do we need more?
Yes, I'm in my office having an interview.
Making absolutely sure.
I think we're good.
Okay, I'll take it over. I'll take over the interview in a moment. It might take a little bit.
I don't want to short-sheet you guys because I want to be able to help you as much as I possibly can. That's the only thing I'm talking on the radio.
I think we discussed, you've done great. We might hit you with some questions off the week.
Totally fine. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Then that's
okay.
I mean.
All right, let's do this part quickly. I gotta get going.
Okay. So back here. So it is looking like the train station is, at the very least, the station itself is still technically under the Rose jurisdiction, and by extension, traverses, because that is transport. So
the train station that's overrun with roots, to be honest.
I mean, on paper, it is, whether or not it is in disrepair or not, it is still technically a part of the row, because it, at least before that blockage, was supposed to be to that row. And also, like I said, because it is transportation that is traverses jurisdiction.
You have claim of the train station. You could push that the rest of the Undercity is under, well, your deal.
I see what you're saying, but I just feel like I'm just putting big crosshairs on my back. I think we need a little more planning on that.
Oh, sure.
At the very least, we might be able to talk to Traverse as well, because it is your land, yes, but like I said, that we might be able to get them on our side.
Maybe, but it sounds like Traverse is in on this if they're trying to get a piece of this Undercity pie.
Well,
we don't
know that yet.
We don't know their official opinion. We don't know what they might be.
That's the one that we lack is information, right?
I mean, maybe our next step is to talk with Traverse.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the corps to play each other. That's the best bet.
Yeah, I see validity in that, but I think maybe we should also try to see what we can figure out on our own. My prime concern is having Masari's riffraff coming up from bottom and hurting my citizens.
That is a separate problem, I believe.
Problem nonetheless.
Yes, it is a problem.
It's not
but
separate for me, but I understand.
It is yours. It is, yes. Yeah, I do not believe that Masaru coming up by itself is related to their ownage of the Undercity. However, that could be seen as looking to get more territory as well.
Well, you too. Where do I start digging?
I mean, it sounds like you're in pretty deep in all this, right?
Yeah, pretty deep.
I think you could be doing a great service. You can find out what parts of the land's being divvied out and where it's going. I don't think honesty is going to win this one. I'd like to see who's trying to claim what and see if counter proposals, offers, some subterfuge could be used here.
Well,
Shumetsu was down here yesterday. They were down in Undercity checking out the place.
I do remember you mentioning that tomorrow they will be showing it to all of the corporations. So
it's a coronation ceremony.
The finer details might be uncertain at this moment, but if you wish to look around, that might be a good idea.
It goes without saying, Miss Calliope will be down there. To those interested.
So, for now then, I'll let you look around in the Undercity. If you wish to do anything on your own, you may as well. However, I'm not entirely sure what you can do from the row at the very least. I know that if I do talk to anyone, especially Masaru, about this, I will contact you.
I don't know why we're so keen on having an honest discussion with any of these scumbags. I feel like we need more on the table before we start bargaining.
On the surface level, you have honest talks. In the background, you can do whatever.
Yeah, but now we're about to tell Traverse, hey, we're trying to make claim on stuff that you might possibly own. That just sounds like adding someone else to the ring.
So, are we making claim or reaffirming theirs?
I'm not sure if I'm okay with them reaffirming theirs. Fragmenting, you know, whatever's left of the Undercity even more.
Well,
personally, I know Ellic a little better than I know... Yes. Personally, I know Ellic a little bit better than I know anyone in Masaru, so...
I'm on comms if you need me. It'll reach me down there.
Understood.
Understood, thank you.
Have a good one.
At the very least, he seems more willing to talk. Pleasantly.
I don't mean to sound like that much of a defeatist, Governor, but I think we need to be a little more cunning than this. I'm not going to question your methods and do what you think is best, but I refuse to have my name on the dartboard here complaining about my claim to some sort of place without any adequate form of protection. You know, I have these two and I'm thankful for that, but would that be enough? These people took over an entire city, fake as it may be.
It might be called the Undercity, but it isn't exactly a city itself. We are in a city.
Under my jurisdiction, Governor.
But yes, at the very least I will talk to Sinon about this. See what he thinks.
Understood. I do want to apologize about how crass I've been during today's meeting. Let's just say I've been frustrated.
And it certainly does seem that way, but it's, like I said before, it doesn't feel right to split that small of an area up between the 7 corporations.
Well, it sounds like the grow's not being exchanged, but if it ever undergoes that sort of talk, I'd be very wary of that. Because they don't need a lot of land to research it and accomplish whatever the hell they need to. There's something ominous about that place. I'm sure you've been down there.
I got quite the opposite feeling.
I think we're coming from different places. I can't trust something I don't understand.
It was one of the calmest areas that I've been in this city.
Well, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That was a place where I feel like I could relax the least. Having a door to the necromancer's lair helped a lot, though.
Well, I suppose. This is it for now. I will contact you if I do need your help. I will also do my best to avoid it coming back to hurt any of us.
I'd appreciate it. I have enough problems. Take care, Governor.
You as well.
Good to know. Ms. Rhapsoidia?
Hello?
If you'd like to introduce yourself, feel free.
I believe we did meet last year, but as a refresher, I am Rhapsoidia, and I am now the governor of the Outer Ring of the city.
If you'll pardon me, I need to get to another interview, so I will be back.
I do wish to speak with you about what we talked about when you're done, though.
Of course, I will. I just need to check in on
Understood.
Fishbowl, and otherwise, very, very busy. Terribly sorry.
Oh, the small slime? I think I met her too. Interesting individual.
But yes,
I've just been briefing him on the various points of concern there and the general situation in Scrap Town.
Could you summarize it at the very least?
How long do you have?
A decent amount, however, I would like to have other conversations, and those might take some time as well. That one started before you were in here with Mr. Honeybee.
I'll go with the quick version. Monitoring any recurrence or associated things with the Titan incident of last year. Thankfully, nothing seems to have occurred, and there's no other entrances to the sprawling underground facility.
What is
no
this
other similar interests that...
Titan incident?
I'm a little surprised they haven't briefed you. A moon-sized facility within the crust of the planet here, containing fabrication capabilities for potentially militarized synths in sizable numbers, it's proven, as well as geoforming capabilities. It had a rogue AI in charge of it, and there were casualties among the local population when it gained control over several synths. At the time, myself included, before the synths under its control, as well as some organic prisoners that had survived, managed to wrest control and defeat the AI in charge. However, there has been at least one incident afterward of a virus associated with it going between individuals in the town, and a high-risk data file which, when opened, destroyed a network it was loaded onto.
Interesting.
I can't speak to the nature of it. That data has been deleted from my memory, thankfully.
So...
I do not know what happened to any copies of the data, as what happened has been deleted from my memory, but presumably one may survive somewhere in
Mr. Jin?
processor's files somewhere.
So basically, at the very least with this Titan incident, there haven't been any new developments?
I am ready.
I am watching with a hawk.
Okay, I'll meet you there then.
I'm sorry, the radio.
Okay, I shall meet you
Just one moment.
the entrance to Masaru.
Of course.
Yep. See you there.
One moment.
We're quite busy.
If you don't mind me asking, what are you planning to do with Masaru?
Well, Jin was heading there to ask a few questions about the assault on our employee, and I was just going to tag along as the union's magical consultant, seeing as that Masaru is, well, Masaru.
Understood. Do be careful, because we might be poking them a little bit in the future, so I wouldn't do that too much just yet.
I do not plan on prying or being too nosy at this time.
Especially, do not mention what we are... the potential conflict we might have with their ownership of the Undercity, please.
Oh, heavens no, that
is... would not be brought up.
I didn't expect it to, but as a warning. Yes. I'm sorry, what, you were looking, you were watching over the Titan incident, and then I think I lost, what you were saying after that.
Beyond monitoring for any future Titan or similar incidents, and some lesser things going on, I'm just trying to aid the people of Scrap Town to the best of my ability. They, frankly, are generally not there to cause trouble, just to get along with those interested in getting along with them. We're actually even improving relations with local bandits and a tribe of what are called hillbugs in the area.
Okay then.
As I explained to people, my loyalties are both equal to the Union, which has made me, and to the people of Scrap Town, which had saved me from the waste effectively I consider serving the people of that town to be serving the interests of the Union as well, and will not take action against either one. So if I am omitting specifics in some details I'm telling you, please be respectful of that.
I will keep that in mind.
If I was giving a briefing to them, I would omit certain details of my knowledge of the Union as well.
Yes, and at the very least, I don't expect any proper conflicts between the Union and the wastelands, so that should be fine.
They do not have the best opinion of the Union, thinking it's a tool of corporations, if not, in their eyes, a corporation itself.
At least we don't plan on causing problems with them.
Unfortunately, that sentiment would need to be followed by irrefutable action with them. Now, they realize after I've saved over a dozen of their lives that I am a positive benefit to their community, but I serve that community not as a member of the Union, but as a private citizen, effectively. They actually deem most
that is understandable.
Self-aware, sapient sense to be people in their eyes.
Yes, but what I was saying is that it might not need to be reported to them, at least at this moment, but at least me to you, I don't plan on having any conflict with them, so I don't believe there should be a conflict of interest.
I appreciate that. I'm just pointing out it may be difficult when we wish to cooperate on matters.
Yes, I do remember
an incident with precedents.
I do remember.
We had a team go there. They declined the help, however, accepted funding with no strings attached to help reinforce a front gate they have. So the possibility exists in the future, as long as there are no strings attached, to helping them to a degree that they approve. It's going to be a while.
Understood. At the very least, At the very least, if they are insistent on no strings attached, then of course they're insistent on no strings attached, but I would at least hope that negotiations wouldn't go bad if we were to try to negotiate any, mutual beneficial. I will keep their insistence on their hesitation of dealing with us, though. I'll keep that in mind.
Understandable. They have a degree of animosity toward corporations. A lot of individuals there have quite a history with them, and are there for that reason.
Yes, I have heard that the corporations. I have heard that the corporations have caused many problems to many people.
For fun, several of them came in and shot up a sign we had. Obviously, we took no action back, but it didn't help.
Yes.
After I had helped Jimothy with a recovery incident, in part taking him to Scraptown, he has been somewhat adopted by the community there. If I am unable to do diplomatic relations with them, he may be able to fill that role and at least be a bridge in any work with them.
That is
to some degree.
That is also good.
If you want to consider giving him diplomatic opportunities under someone's direct tutelage to get some skills in that, it may be beneficial.
I will keep that in mind, at the very least.
For his character, but he has a spark of passion under the right circumstances. He has a lot of self-doubt to get through, but it has happened.
Well, is there anything else you wish to tell me while we are here?
I'm sure I could waste your entire day with specific details, especially about the Titan incident, but we are both busy individuals, and I have to return because someone is covering my role there as we speak.
Understood. I will show you out then.
Okay. If you have need of me for anything, my contact information has been shared with the diplomat.
Good.
Timothy also has a copy of it. I'm keeping an eye on corporate activities now.
Do tell us, do inform us if they try to...
Something like a defense specialist or...
Well,
what do
working
I...
in the only place available to rent vehicles to corporations does have some advantages of monitoring their activities.
Yes, that is useful. Please tell us if they plan on acquiring any land, or yes, basically that. I do know that.
I haven't been able to personally investigate, but you may want to send a well-armed, well-prepared team to the volcano to see what the current situation is there. That seems where the most valuable resources are, and the typical scrap runs do not go there.
I will keep that in mind.
If you were to pick...
Okay, perhaps hiring several of the individuals that are seasoned in that field.
Maybe.
My role in the wastes is typically just rescue. Expressly avoiding conflict.
Not sure what positions you have.
But yes, I do know that with the
There's a lot.
takeover of Masaru for the Undercity,
So, given the fact that you have been cleaning...
I am concerned of any more acquisitions.
Have they expressed any interest in returning some oversight of the area to the Union, as that technically would fall under our mandate still?
No, they specifically do not want any Union interference at all.
Well, in other words, there's something profitable enough that they're willing to overstep their bounds there. Interesting.
Well, I do know that I will be talking with a number of people about that situation as well.
Very well. If there are any issues that you would ask my insight on, especially of interest in synth-related matters, I would be more than happy to advise.
Let's see.
Understood.
Let's take a moment.
Oh, I see, okay. Let's see what magic I can work.
More money. Need more money. This branch has to start just...
For actually having what you consider a handler, a ranking individual that I report to from time to time, and I imagine that your ranking officers and yourself are quite too busy to have reports brought to your attention, outside of emergencies, of course. Is there someone that I should be speaking with? I've dealt with Coach Eric, the mayor of the Row, before.
So, Coach Eric doesn't have much proper jurisdiction over anything outside of his row.
Oh, I understand.
But likely myself or
technically, I guess I'm the ranking person out there, even if I'm just equipment. But it would be good to be part of the hierarchy again.
Myself or Sinon were to be are likely to be the ones that are contacted regarding anything on the wasteland, because that is it is largely out of our jurisdiction, especially anyone else's.
There was at one point talk of doing paperwork processing to recognize myself, I don't know honestly 100% why, but as an independent individual, legally. I think the paperwork was likely lost in transitioning between administrations, but I was idly wondering if anything came of that.
Well,
I'm not
personally, I don't know.
It is.
I will talk with Sinon about it to see if there's anything on record at the very least.
Okay, I just think, in a worst-case scenario, if the people there distrust the Union enough to serve the interests of the Union, I may, for a time, need to leave the Union, and being an independent individual, that card would be on the table. Believe me, I would only consider it if it was in the interests of the Union to do so. But right now, I don't see that as a likely scenario. It is worth bringing up as a possibility for later.
I do know that
it's not something to worry about now.
Ownership might be able to be transferred if necessary.
Well, we'll see.
Yes.
I don't actually think anyone in the community there would wish to own me, strictly speaking. They just see me as an independent individual. So I'm actually
At least on paper.
For me a couple times. Of course.
Have a good day.
Officially, I'm proud to serve the Union. You too, sir. Good luck.
Yes.
May you have uneventful times.
Hello? Did you wish to speak with me, or you just...
Hello. I'm just waiting.
Any word on...
There was a bust again.
Unfortunate.
So
I heard some...
the statement from Jimmy and his point of the story.
Understood. I did hear some people talking over here. I wonder if they were...
Helion should be still in the interview room in the office.
I know Sinon is, yes. I just heard what sounded like a familiar voice out here. I was a little busy talking with Toolbox.
Okay.
Abilities and where she can go, so 2 birds, 1 gun. Don't worry, there's no real birds here. I would not.
Yeah, bit concerned.
Rhapsoidia.
Rhapsoi? Pardon. Hello.
Rhapsoidia. I said it correctly.
No, you did not.
Rhapsoidia.
Rhapsoidia.
I believe I heard...
Rhapsoidia.
I believe I heard Rhapsoidia.
No, I did not put the S before the P. Put the P before the S. Rhapsoidia.
I believe they know how to pronounce their own name, Miss Feist.
Yes.
I might have misheard, though. There is a lot going on at just about all times.
How?
Oh, fair. I guess it does echo around the glass, yes.
And the lights...
Oh,
and...
Anyway, sorry.
Yes. No, you may continue.
Oh, we were discussing...
More pressure upon Miss Fishbowl.
Should I leave then?
See. We're more or less just trying to ask questions and think, what would be a good position, you know? And Miss Weiss has suggested a representative more or less down in the Coven, given that Miss Fishbowl here has a magical affinity.
That might be useful. If the Coven isn't not run by Musaru, which I believe it wasn't, then...
No, I believe the Coven has made it, not necessarily clear to Musaru, but I do believe Musaru knows it's against their better wishes to try to impose upon the Coven.
So that does give us a more direct line with the actual residents of the Undercity as well.
And if I might be blunt, which I guess I am known for, with the interesting notes that came up in the meeting previous, my concern for what Masaru is ultimately thinking of is increasing. I have gone from skeptical to concerned.
Well,
there is some legal questions we need to ask.
Well,
given what Coach said, I believe there is some inquiries which can be made which might be able to slow things down.
Yes, I did, at the very least, yes. I did speak with him and Flint about the situation, and I was going to talk to you about that after this was finished.
Yes.
Well, both me and Miss Weiss have made certain, I believe, that she is most definitely deserving of a new position. You know, something else understand, and so.
I understand
we're
it.
Just throwing ideas around.
May take some more time for discussion before a final decision is made.
I do know that.
I don't know if
as we know, official dealings of the Union and the Undercity are forbidden. So, she would of course have to be undercover like Flint is.
And I would definitely be able to help with that.
That is appreciated.
But to save Miss Fishbowl the feeling of being tossed around, should we discuss this at a later time and let Miss Fishbowl get back to her day, or?
If at the very least you two believe you have acquired enough information, I do believe that is reasonable.
Well. Was there anything else you'd like to add? Okay.
Are you okay? You do seem rather quiet.
I'm fine.
Miss Fishbowl has recently started communicating more with people, speaking more. So she's still getting more comfortable with that. So don't let the apparent shy demeanor fool you.
Okay then.
If you pardon me.
Fucking doing squats behind me, man.
But if there's nothing else you'd like to add, Jin, could you show Miss Fishbowl back to the trams, to the train?
Happily will. You want me to take her down to the undercity or just to the tram?
Well, do escort her as far as she would like you to go, please. Though, I don't know if actually going to the Undersea would be the best choice right now, having the fact that a bunch of Galactic Union people left and now are coming back with Miss Fishbowl. We don't want to create an uncomfortable situation.
Very well. I gotta get my own fucking clothes then. Then I can just go down there not dressed in, well, black and yellow.
That would probably be a wise.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and
I
yellow.
would highly suggest.
In my outfits, so I need new clothes.
I understand. Well, if you need help finding anything, let me know.
Okay. Right.
Is
okay.
everything okay?
This is
Yes.
very. Okay. Can you pardon this? This is going to be quite odd.
It's okay.
But can I
That's
have
fine.
just?
You have me.
So. It's
Jen.
probably a good time to say it anyway. If you please, go ahead.
Mr. Shaw.
I need to explain. I have magical affinity.
Okay.
Talk and do.
But see, talk and fine.
Oh.
What is this?
Within this circle, you start to feel calm and at ease. As long as you don't resist it. Essentially, what it is a sort of magical build-up, is what you probably should call it. My body tends to generate a significant amount of magical energy. A lot more than one should really be generating on a normal basis.
Oh, hi, Relay.
I tend to have to use it in order to release that energy, to make sure that I'm not being, compounding myself. Because if I do, there is this sense of dread that overcomes me, and this sort of overwhelming stress. And it's, again, a sense of doom if I don't.
Rather unpleasant.
It's very unpleasant. Hence, I need to use my abilities, or I fear it might be costly to me and to maybe others around me. But I can't really do it alone. I need people to focus on. It can't really work otherwise. Hence why I'm explaining this to you now. Because I feel like, well, sooner the better, right?
That is fine. Well, I don't exactly know what I can do, but I do know that I do have a magical affinity as well. So, if you're worried about having a problem with me, that is not the case.
It's something else. It's the thing is, Masaru probably could not find out about this no matter what. There is something else which I've not even told you, but I feel like it might as well be now. I have a healing gift. I can heal people via magical means. I've never had to do it, not for a while. I have to generally keep it under wraps, because I believe if Masaru or Avalon found out, there would be some inquiries and probably be quite dangerous for me. Hence.
Right.
If you want me to showcase, I will showcase, though I do have some left.
I don't believe that is necessary.
Important, but I'm assuming it's bad because how you reacted when I left.
No, it's fine. One of us will. I mean, with Sound's permission, we'll catch you up.
You may. Or unless you'd like me to explain again.
It's up to you, dear.
Just give me the TDLR so you don't stress yourself again.
Alright. Mr. B collects energy. If he doesn't expend that energy, bad things happen.
And this is magically.
Yes,
I was gonna say like
nature.
food energy or like power energy. Okay, magical. So not
it's magical affinity. So if you are stressing out, or if you've been injured, you can clandestinely go to Mr. Sinon. Do not make this obvious. Do not speak of this to anyone, especially anyone involved with Masaru. That's why I was attending.
Or Avalon.
I'll just go get comfort food if I'm stressed out.
Well, you do you.
Well, fair. You may understand the gravity of the situation as time goes on, but I'll let that sink in over time.
Most efficient way of dispensing the energy, besides the way I just did, which is more or less
How the hell do you all
circle.
know you had magic anyways? Like, fuck's sake.
I was born with it.
So your mom and you just started doing magic?
More or less, yes, actually.
I was nearly killed by it, so we found a symbiotic relationship.
Oof.
It's surprising how little people ask when they see. Though I found many people
assuming
that
something
are robotic.
Popping.
Something popping? What?
Yeah, you just your limbs just go off.
What? So anyway, as I was saying, sorry, before I got distracted. The most efficient way of dealing with this energy, just beyond the way I just did and showcased to both of you, is to basically, more or less, I call it soothe, essentially. I can soothe either your mind, your body, or your soul. That your emotions, your thoughts, or your pain.
That's what I was saying, do and speak, because I admit the whole Masaru Grove Undercity thing is rather alarming. And the mental relief would be nice. So if you need to expend more. But yeah.
Would be helpful.
But
maybe.
you But you have my assurance that I do not wish for anything messy. And I know working with corporations like Masaru gets messy. There's a lot of people, entities, beings involved in this situation. That's why I've got a growing concern. The Grove is not a resource. It is not, well, it's not a mineable resource. It's not something you take from. It is not something that anyone owns. And I'm concerned that Masaru may think they do.
I certainly heard that the corporations have committed many atrocities in the war that I managed to miss.
Oh, well. Corporations do as corpos do, but this is different. This is not corporation on corporation. It's not even corporation trying to exploit people. This is beyond that. This is dealing with sources. How to explain? Do you know what the Grove is, dear? Or what a grove is?
From what I remember, it is a place in the Undercity that is very filled with plant life. And as I told Coach, it was one of the most calming areas I've been in the city.
And the calm is not just from the fact that it's a tranquil place, but that it is a source of magic. You may have noticed that there were shrines down there. Shrines with offerings. That there were many magical persons. There's concentration there, and it is a it's a sacred place. A grove is a sacred place.
Understood.
My first thought, though, is to let Masaru know that people know what's going on. Maybe not just the Galactic Union, but other concerned parties. Would there be a way, you said this was all in the books, would there be a way to send in an audit team to go through these books?
Possibly. At the very least, I looked through what I could while I was talking with Coach and Flint. And since the conversation seems to have gone in that direction, we might as well have it now. To my understanding, Coach, and by extension, and technically, Traverse, at least own the train station in the Undercity. Still, officially.
Oh, good. Is there still service connection?
There is no service, but it is still a station.
Okay.
Is there anyone still living there? Is there like any way that you must get to the train station and go there in order to get to another place?
At this moment, that is not what we're most concerned about. It is the fact that it is, while Masaru has claimed it, it is not theirs. Period.
Oh, they have made a statement to this.
That the train station is not theirs, or that the train station is?
That the train station is not theirs. Have they claimed that this is not ours?
I do not know if they have done so, but on paper it is not.
Okay, I missed
Great if we could, talk to them at all, ever.
But still, it comes down to, they've laid claim to the Undercity. The Undercity, they've not specified too much.
Yes, they have not specified, and while it is...
They made a bold claim.
It is less solid, but because there are sewers in the Undercity, direct sewers, we might be able to use that as well.
For...
To whatever we see fit, really. It isn't as solid, like I said, but it is still sewers that are used by more than just the Undercity. So, at the very least, we have my feeling that splitting up that small an area between the 7 corporations is a little much. The fact that the train station is not theirs, and the sewers go beyond the Undercity at the very least. We have something to work with.
Does Traverse know about this? Because you said that him and Traverse own the train station.
Well, because it is transportation, Traverse owns it by default. At least that is my understanding.
I think...
Sort of like the clinics are more or less owned by Avalon. But still more or less...
I'm just saying, if we're going to be using one of those points as a statement in order to fight them, one of the companies that owns it should probably make sure, Magic Boy doesn't convince them.
I want to try and actually run over some of the legal actions that were made to purchase the Undercity.
It wasn't.
And the paperwork.
Technically.
No, it was acquired.
It was acquired, but it comes...
The Undercity itself is a non-entity. It wasn't owned by anyone, technically. Sort of like the wasteland. It's especially anything that the people down there built outside of the sewer system and the train station. This, unfortunately, does include the grove that is outside of that.
Hence, they made a claim that is just based on just a claim. There is nothing stopping other corporations from moving in there.
Aside from themselves,
corporations, they're stopping us specifically. They don't like union interference.
Well, it comes down to the fact that we are federal. They have to come through us in order to purchase things. We are involved in the discussion.
I don't believe it was purchased, but it is still theirs on paper. Because no one owned it before. Technically, at the very least.
What I recall during the meeting was something about rebuilding. I assume that the thing that not many people speak of from a year ago. Was there a lot of damage to the Undercity?
The alien invasion? I personally don't know.
Yes. Okay. What I'm thinking is that Masaru funded the revitalization of the area. And
I do believe that is the case, yes.
So they are claiming their stake based on their investments.
Mm-hmm.
Because Masaru is not going to make a charitable donation.
Nope, there's a cost.
Always is a cost.
Always is.
Yes. So I think that auditing the books, there'll be a balance of what they invested in the area to what they think the value of the area is. Right.
What
My
they value, what they own.
Mm-hmm. My concern is that the evaluation on books is not going to represent what they value there. It just... Corporations don't get in the business of small property. They're in the business of resources, technology, cornering markets.
You yourself had said it's a very magical place.
Hence resources.
But then why is there a concern that they would be selling... Exactly, why would there be a concern of them selling it off?
I mean, money is a resource to get more resources, no?
Name another place on
It comes down to
Helion.
the fact there's no other place like the Grove. There's no other place like that at the Undercity.
Which means it would sell for a lot, no?
But then why would they want to sell it? They are they own. They are the magical corporation. They're the leading in that.
Maybe they already got what they came for. It's been a
So-
year.
What I think we should do next is at least myself and Xenon should go talk to Traverse. My opinion on Alec, at the very least, is better than that of some of the others in the corporations. So maybe we could talk to him about the fact that Masaru is staking claim to something that is theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Miss
I also
Alfred
have to
also-
talk with some representatives from Avalon on behalf of Dr. Sato down the Undercity.
Now, I'm
feel
going
like
to
it's
guess that is separate from Masaru, because I remember being asked about it, about them acquiring Avalon, acquiring the clinic, while I was around last year. I do believe that is. I do believe that is similar to the situation in the Rose, where they're more or less owned by Avalon, but. Yes.
It's one of those things. It comes down to investment. Dr. Sato spoke to me, Miss Beist, and Bishop Bowl all together in the clinic, and asked if she could acquire some better medical equipment through us. More or less. As a sort of discussion.
Well, the Undercity to acquire medical equipment from Avalon on our behalf. We would go to Avalon saying that the Undercity is in need, right?
More or less.
Okay, that is better because we don't have the ability to provide them ourselves, and then on top of that, there is the fact that we would be doing official union business in the Undercity.
And as a show of good faith, underhanded, probably, this would probably have to be kept quiet on the books, we pay for the equipment would be a good idea. At least a show of good faith to the Undercity that we're still there.
It's not business, it's humanitarian.
Exactly.
They would see it as
The
business.
difference between-
If we were to directly give them... Well, what I'm saying is, on the books, instead of Avalon, if we were to give them the medical supplies that we don't have, that would be business. But I do see what you're saying.
Avalon.
Honestly, I don't buy a lot of things, but I have a decent of money myself.
Well, it's up to you, Rhapsoidia. Would you rather... What would you want me to tell Avalon? Would you want me to say, oh, humanitarian, we'll pay for the equipment, and then you could deliver it? Or...
We certainly don't want it tracked back to us, because that would not be good.
What if we were to raise a concern to Avalon that was raised to us? We did not
At
go
the
to the
very
Undercity,
least.
we did not look this out.
At the very least, we should do that.
Go to Avalon and say that a concern was raised, that the Undercity is currently in dire need of medical equipment, and that they are in need of humanitarian aid.
There's only so much time we have left, I think.
Yes,
for the day.
I believe that if we don't have anything else to say right now, at the very least, you and I, Sinon, should talk to Traverse and then Avalon.
Very well. That sounds good to me. You two, make something up. I don't know. If you want to accompany Mr. Jin, you're more than welcome to.
Where are you going, Mr. Jin?
Might we want some security, Rhapsoidia, or do we want to leave it off? Because again, these are supposed quote-unquote friends we're meant to be going to, I suppose.
Yes, and I would hope that we are a little safer up here than we are down there, at least by default.
Perhaps. All right. I'm ready to go when you are. Then, in that case.
I think I'm going to do some paperwork.
Understood.
Sounds good. Sounds like an absolute blast. I do wish you the best.
Thank you. Jin, are you going to stay and help me with paperwork?
I mean, don't bother me doing it unless you have anything behind it.
As I've said before, it just feels wrong to me that... It feels wrong to me that Masaru, any corporation, owns a section of the city outside of the inner ring.
I agree. There is... We need to make a challenge, but we can't do it on our own, unfortunately, hence why we're kind of going to Traverse for it.
Yes, and we will need, if we are to speak with Masaru about the Rose stake, we will need to have Coach with us as well.
We'll need to have Coach, and moreover, it'll be more or less a... unfortunately, a confrontation, honestly. I have a feeling it might become like that.
I do know Coach's worry is that this will place a target on his back or any of ours, really.
I have a feeling that will most definitely do that, hence why we need to try and appeal to the others. The other corporate entities. I'm not entirely sure of Mr. Myth's disposition on Masaru, so that's something we could definitely question and ask about.
Yes. At the very least, I do trust him more than Masaru. I didn't have many dealings with them last year, so... With this, it is a little bit more questionable, but before it was... my opinion on them was more or less neutral, because I hadn't really made one.
Hence, we'll make the appeal and have a,
Yes.
This is more or less reminding them of their stake and what they have.
Yes.
Because again, they do have a station down there, it seems. another very busy day.
Yes. It takes a while to talk.
It really does. It takes a lot longer than you think it does.
Yes.
I hope we have enough time for Avalon. We should, but again, we don't.
I would hope so, provided this doesn't get complicated.
It shouldn't. It should just be a fairly, BTW kind of thing. And FYI.
I don't know what those mean.
By the way, and for your information.
Ah, okay.
It's pretty much what it is, I think.
Hello? The Union would like to speak with a Traverse representative about their stake on a specific location.
Stake on a location? Well, Mr. Myth is talking to somebody right now. I could let him know you're out here.
That would be appreciated, yes.
Understood. You're the governor, right?
Yes.
And you are...
Sinon, diplomat.
Sinon, diplomat.
Spokesman.
Gotcha.
Time for Psychophanta, however, despite the fact that it doesn't exactly work with...
Mr. Myth, we have 2 Union representatives outside. Just wanted to let you know.
Well, that doesn't work between players, of course. It's, Psychophanta.
As soon as Mr. Myth is done with the meeting he's currently in, he'll be right out.
Thank you.
Splendid.
There are a number of people making a commotion over there. I think they were just talking and went to the train.
I believe there's some Jeb folks.
Yes, at least one.
Okay. I mean, I guess if they're gone now, then it's not my problem.
It didn't seem like an actual problem. It was just a good number of people talking at the same time. And I was curious, mostly.
I guess.
Sharp sense of hearing.
It's good to just, make sure, I guess. Yeah, so, the person that's in there right now, they had to wait a bit. We were talking. Do y'all know that there were giant-ass fucking sandworms in the middle of the desert out there?
I'm not sure if I knew about that.
In a strange way, it doesn't surprise me.
I have heard it is quite inhospitable out there.
I'm not the only one that didn't know. Okay. Yeah, it's big-ass goddamn sandworms.
Out of curiosity, was it someone from a different corporation that is speaking with her now?
No, it's somebody from here, but I think they do more work, down in the row, I think they said.
Understood.
So they're not up here often. Then again, it's my second day, what do I know? Hello?
Hi, hello. Oh, I see. There's not a meeting going. I'll wait. I'll come back another time. God, every time I come down here, it's like they're having a meeting with somebody.
Yeah, it's like
come up here, yes.
Either nobody's here or everybody's here.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, I'll see.
500 people away.
Better luck next time, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Do you know how long they've been in speaking?
Not very long. Can't have been more than a few minutes.
Should we go stop by Avalon then?
I forget what she said it was.
In that case, yes. Okay. Do you
Stop by
mind?
somewhere else first?
We need to. Yeah. Well, we're on a bit of a tight schedule, so we do need to try and talk to a few people. If you like,
I do believe that the Suniti radio is public, so I can keep an ear on that. It was channel 30, correct? Yeah, Traverse.
Correct.
Yes. They can contact us if when they are ready.
Mm-hmm. We will be out.
Are y'all gonna keep wandering, and then whenever Mr. Myth is done with his business, we'll call you up?
Yes.
That'd be helpful.
If we finish our business, then we will return. But if he is done before we are, he can contact me. I'm on channel 30 now.
Understood.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, okay?
Have a good rest of your day.
You as well.
As to you. Right.
Should we talk to Dr. Loon then?
Dr. Loon, Mr. Walker, whichever one is around currently. I wonder if there's
It looks like it is whoever answers the doorbell first.
Wait one more minute. If there's nothing, then shall we radio in on Avalon? Well, I can radio in.
I'm not certain if their channel is public. At the very least. I know that I was notified yesterday. For Traverse. We might be able to check the clinic.
Brain. Of course. Oh. I think I'm just so used at this point just to, oh my.
I mean, I am as well, yes.
Mr. Myth, if you're too busy, I can just send in Chan in my stead. Would you like me to contact her? And send her in?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Just the thing is, people keep on coming by. So if you have the time, please. Please do.
I'll send it. I'll call in Chan. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is anyone here? Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Did anyone come out? it seems. Well, that's a nuisance. I suppose all we can do really is probably maybe wait around here to see if either Dr. Loon or Mr. Walker shows themselves. I'll ring the doorbell one more time just in case. But
Unless you got something in the Undercity, I don't believe either of us have 8, so we might not be a bad idea to stop by camp.
I don't. What for though? Is the question.
Food.
Fair, but also comes into question. I believe most of the Geb went down to the trains, didn't they?
They have food outside of the gate.
That's true. That's true.
It is Rodoki wrong way.
Yep.
It is Geb cubes, yes, but it is better than nothing.
I'm not a huge fan, I've got to say. Ew. To a cube.
The texture is strange, but yes. I do know that yesterday we encountered Dr. Loon and David here at one point as well, so unfortunately it looks like they are not, but it gives us something to do at
the very least.
Right?
Oh.
It's a chat.
With a little toy.
I kind of don't want to look at it, to be honest with you. It's kind of weird eating something with a face, you know?
A lot of things are weird to me.
Sorry to bother you, Mr. Myth. We have a Chan room here to see you, an intern.
Yes, darling, the Chan, it's an intern we have. You can let her through.
Understood. You wanted to come directly to you?
Yes, they can come directly to me. I'm at the office. Thank you very much.
Understood.
It fills the void. I'm rather worried, to be honest with you, I won't lie.
About what specifically?
Are we going to find them or not, you know?
I honestly doubt it at this point. If we talk to Alec in the next few minutes, then that's probably going to be the majority of the time before the sweep will start.
Well, true. Well, I could always, like, if we end up finding them and then Alec calls, you can be on your way and I could follow suit shortly after, potentially.
Possibly.
You let him know that you have another associate on the way. Hang on. Stop back at Avalon real quick.
Okay.
My mind just...
Just the people I wanted to see. Hello, hello.
Hello.
I think the day's done and people turn up.
We were here not moments ago, hoping to see your beautiful faces. But, well, we're here now. We have some things, business to ask about, or to at least inform you
Sure.
of.
Shall I take that if you're doing clinicky things? Or yeah, we can all.
Let's make it a
Shall we?
group trip. Let's go.
Okay then.
Let's go. Assuming it's a medium-length conversation, if it's really just a quick update, we could do it here.
It will likely be short to medium.
Well, let's go inside then. Might as well get comfy.
Sitting down actually sounds amazing right about now. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah, I can share in that sentiment.
Neither of you have weapons, do you? No.
No.
Come on in.
Nope.
Okay. Shall we? You can come or not come as you choose. Up to you.
I do not think he has had a break all day, so I got him a drink from the Brighton Spa.
I did get a lunch break though, so thank you.
Okay. Okay, meeting. Take a seat. Okay, what can we help you with?
Would you like to begin, or shall I?
You do know the situation a little bit better than I do, so.
Very well. Well, see, I took a trip down to the Undercity fairly recently, and one of my associates was injured and had to be treated at the clinic. And a Dr. Sato, the resident doctor currently there, working in the clinic, complained about some of the machinery not being up to par and not being quite adequate. Hence, we're here, more or less, to inform you of the situation, and maybe if you could schmooze a solution, perhaps? That's more or less what we came to ask.
Well, we were planning on going down tomorrow as part of Masaru's tour of the Undercity, so I'll inspect the clinic personally. We've kind of just been letting it do its own thing in the past year. We've been very busy up here repairing everything, so yes, I will be having a full look over the facility personally soon.
Sounds about right. Sounds about good to me, honestly.
Yes, that does sound good. That was a little simpler than I expected. I believe either of us expected. And that's more or less
Was
it.
that purely on behalf of the clinic, or is this a union issue? What's your agenda in this?
Well, we're more or less it's an appeal, just given the discussion, and humanitarian, I suppose you could say.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that bit. Yes, well, obviously, if it's an Avalon run clinic, then we want it to be up to par. We don't want to appear to not be doing the best we can. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
If there's anything that appears to be insufficient, I will make sure it becomes sufficient.
Yes. That is...
Anything else?
Just about it.
That was really simple.
Okay.
Yes. we were expecting this to take it.
I do, don't I? I seem
to keep things to the point.
I do kind of speedrun meetings sometimes.
See, I envy you, sir. In all honesty, given the conversations we've had today, this has been very, very, very short, but honestly very sweet nonetheless.
Well, I can't promise that we'll make any changes, but I will investigate for myself.
Our union representative still on the
I do
fly.
need to introduce myself to the staff as well.
One moment.
I believe it's Dr. Jaeger.
Of course.
Was it Dr. Edward Jaeger?
Yes. We are just wrapping up other business. We should be there momentarily. Thank you.
Sure, we need to get you adjusted, so I'm fine with that. You can come with.
And I guess I'll hold down the fort as usual.
Well, you can come as well. We're getting a tour of the Undercity, courtesy of Masaru. As long as the tour isn't overbooked, of course. We wouldn't want to swamp the place. We'll see.
It does look like Traverse is ready to
Have we
speak
been
now.
summoned?
Yes.
Oh my. Oh my. Thank you for keeping this nice and short. Oh, we will.
Traverse, watch out
Probably.
for Alec. He's a crafty boy.
Oh?
Very crafty gentleman.
Just make sure you triple read all the documents that you sign. Leave it there.
Understood.
Thank you.
Oh. Well,
This is the thing about fast meetings. You get to have more meetings. Wonderful.
Oh, what a blast.
Could that be the guy who you guys are going to be working with? We'll see. We'll find out very soon. I don't need to guess. He's at the door. They're at the door. We're having drinks. I'm down for more drinks. Craver loves his drinks.
Yeah. Craver would like to invite you
Alright.
to get some drinks.
Out you go.
Thank you again.
Back soon.
Have a good day.
It's been a pleasure.
Take care.
Take care,
Take
you
care,
two.
gentlemen.
I can appreciate a quick meeting, I won't lie. Remember
Yes,
when
that
we
was-
said talking takes a while?
Surprisingly simple, yes.
Right.
This one, however.
To Traverse. This one will be a bit more. Oh. You rang.
Thank you.
I trust neither of you are armed?
Nope.
No.
Perfect. Mr. Myth will be in the offices. You ready?
Thank you.
Thank you.
They are here, sir.
Not even a lunch break. All this for me.
I tried.
And they are already on. Hi!
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Myth.
Did the guards just like let you through, like just like that?
He asked if we had weapons and we don't.
Lovely. Please do follow me.
Welcome, members of Union.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Take a seat.
No, this is just us.
Just us.
Question. Do any of these requires a little bit more formality on terms, or is just did you need any simplicity? If it requires more formality, we can go upstairs.
I believe this should be fine, at the very least.
It's a discussion. Quite
lovely.
Going to be a. Just take a seat. I'll be able to explain. It's quite.
Please do take a seat.
So, we were a little curious about the fact that Masaru has taken over the Undercity, under Callous Row.
Yes, I have heard of that.
So,
It's been a thing.
I was looking into exactly how they managed to do that, and mostly it is because it really wasn't governed by anyone. With the exception of...
I do believe there was a group of people being like given directions, not actually as a governor or anything like that. They were just people that the Undercity dwellers look up to.
It, on paper at the very least, it is not...
Not sure what happened to them.
it wasn't governed by anyone on paper. It was a slum. People just sort of were there. At least, officially. But we noticed that Traverse still has a station down there. It is...
Yes, and we're actually rebuilding it.
Interesting.
We're repurposing everything, and we're taking hold of every transportation in the city, so it's maybe a little more balance.
So...
Same as up here, we're gonna provide transport through the place and across the place. So if someone in the Undercity wants to go to the Row or to the Wasteland, they don't have to take that rickety elevator down. Something more safe.
Interesting. Well, were you going to have to purchase the station from them?
No, actually, we already contacted with Masaru and have a agreement that we are allowed to provide that transport because we agreed that it might bring better business for them too. But just transport that we provide is that.
That is understandable. We mostly just wanted to... If this wasn't the situation, at the very least, we wanted to remind you of the fact that they might have put claim on something that wasn't theirs.
Absolutely. That was most of the maybe they haven't informed you, and you might drop by and see what they mentioned, but they'll be holding a meeting with other corporations.
Yes, we have...
Selling properties.
We have heard about that, but
there.
not directly from them. They don't want union business down there.
Right. I have a deal then I can propose to you. Just check the place out. If you like something specific, I can buy it. I'll sell it to you.
Are you asking in our stead to purchase it, or for us to bring you down, for us to join you down there?
Oh, no, they have expressed that they don't want union there, so I don't think you showing up out of nowhere will be good for
that is what
either
I thought.
of us image.
But
so
I was
thinking
sure.
about more back deal. Because if we purchase properties there, what we do with the property that we have is up to us. If I want to sell it to you, that's up to, Traverse.
That is understandable, and we certainly appreciate it.
Traverse is always here to help.
Yes, we will think about it. We will talk with the rest of our associates. And hopefully tomorrow, before you head down, we will hopefully have an idea on what we may or may not want.
Try to be first morning, because I think all of this is going to take on quite early.
Yes, that
because
was,
I think there
that
are
was
all
the
events
intent,
during
yes.
the day.
That does seem like a long event, so...
Just, scout the area, know the places, and know that you have the funds to pay for it.
Yes.
Because we don't want to overpay for some things that we will not be able to get back later.
Understandable. Part of the potential problem would be knowing the price beforehand, but I will at the very least look into what we would be able to...
I might have some information that if I have some numbers, I will send you the information, and you can come to an agreement.
Please.
Would you be sending them that information to us while you're on the tour? Oh, tonight. Okay.
No,
yes.
Tonight.
That would be...
If I have the information. If not, we'll talk about it.
Yes.
But yes, this is what I have to offer, because I'll be honest, I think Masaru being governor of the Undercity doesn't look good for anybody.
The whole situation doesn't feel right to me, at the very least.
The feeling is mutual.
But yes, also, just so you know, I the train station on paper is still technically a part of the row above, despite the barrier. At the very least, the train station itself.
Right.
In case you didn't know.
When you say part of the row, you mean that someone in the row is the owner, or is like connected to the row station?
It is the Rose station.
Connected, sir.
Yeah, but
There's a collapsed tunnel
I
in the row.
know, but what I'm asking is, are we still the owner of that?
I mean,
Travis.
yeah. I'm sorry. I need to.
Just to clarify.
Yes, it is. It is yours because transportation and all that, but it fell under the jurisdiction of the row as opposed to the Undercity.
Right. Well, in this endeavor that we're taking, apart from repairing and making in construction, we're gonna probably connect it back to the row. But everything that comes to transport will be handling by us. It'll be part of the row, part of the Undercity, but we'll be handling this section, that piece of land that is us. It's ours to handle.
Understandable.
That's reasonable.
I do believe that is about it. Unless you have anything to add.
And keep in mind the offer that I put in the table.
I will, yes, and I will be, like I said, I will be speaking with my other associates about that as well.
Sounds perfect.
Oh. I do believe that is about it, so thank you for your time.
Truly.
Thank you for dropping by and I'm bringing this to my attention. You have a lovely outfit. Your hair is amazing, by the way. Just mention it. Look at me. Don't look over there.
Thank you.
Don't look over there.
I am fine.
And might I say, I adore your cloak. It's well and truly just
Thank you.
grandiose.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yes.
But again, thank you.
Have a good
My
day.
shoes on mine. Let me walk you out.
That also works, yes.
Of course.
Again, pleasure is all mine. I hope to see you again soon.
Yes.
Thanks again, Mr. Myth.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
You as well.
As to you, sir. That is something. Oh my. That is something.
That is
right
interesting,
there.
yes.
All they need to make money, come to think of it, is just transportation and the way to move people around. That's all they need to make money. They don't need the space. They don't need the property, really. So
They technically do need. Yes, they technically do need the property
space,
for
but they
their.
don't need the entire water district. You know, they don't need the entirety of all the districts. You know, they don't need it. It's not necessary for them. That said, we should try and prioritize which districts you want to try and protect. We probably won't be able to get all of them.
No, I. So, back to the tower.
Shall I try and summon Miss
Ark, Jin, if you wish to join us, we have finished with our business. It isn't required, though. But again, if you wish to join us and speak about what we have done, We are going to be in the offices.
Speak, and they shall just come.
Interesting.
Hang on. Miss Feist.
Yes.
Did you hear us on the radio?
No, I did not.
That is it. Never mind. Just come this way. We have some business to discuss.
Yes, we have finished with our dealings. Surprisingly, it didn't take as long as I don't think either of us expected.
Yes.
No, Avalon took less than 10 minutes. And then
maybe even 5.
Thereafter, maybe even 5. It was very, very short, but it was very, very sweet nonetheless. We got more or less, we gave more or less the heads up we need to give. As for the business with Traverse, we have a very interesting proposition that's been given to us. If you'd like to.
Let's go somewhere less public.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'd like to take a seat. It's gonna be quite news.
Okay.
It's gonna be something very interesting.
Okay.
If we have the money to purchase it off of them, Traverse is willing to purchase property for us.
On our behalf. So long as we have the money to pay for it thereafter.
Of course.
Interesting. So
Very
have we confirmed the fact that Masaru will be selling off areas of the Undercity, or are we still going off of speculation and spreading those rumors?
They will.
Yes. We don't know what specifically, but if Mr. Myth does get any more information, he will send it to me. Be it specific, look, Alec, the current CEO of Traverse, at least the local.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yes, he will send me information if he gets any at the very least, and I also think one of us, at the very least, could be me, could be either of you two, should speak with Fishbowl and Flint about what might be the best to purchase if we can.
Though, granted, we have very little time, so if we're going to do it now, we should get going.
I don't think we have the time.
Or unless you want to try and do it with...
It was via messages is what I was going to think.
Good idea, actually. Save the trip.
You have her contact information, so...
Yes.
I do. I'll assemble the communications and all that jazz.
Yes.
I'll set something up. So we all have ways to contact each other.
What I'm thinking about is the somewhere in the main sewer location. Not far from the Coven. If possible.
It's a matter of what... If we separate via the associated districts as far as I've currently assessed, we have to probably make concessions, or at least decide which districts we want to protect. Or we can protect, even.
Well, what district goes... Well, are there multiple districts, or is there only one district between the Coven and the Grove? Because I think providing free passage between those two locations... I mean, you understand my view is skewed.
Well,
of course.
The Grove does have direct connection to the area in front of the Coven, more or less. It's just down a path in the same area. You can see the
Which area is that? I can't remember.
The sewers.
Like the direct line? Yes, well, the sewers, yes. So they lead.
It's the wind
Water district, isn't it?
There was the coven.
Water wind.
There was the coven. With that pit in front of it. And then straight down.
What is that area, though?
I don't know what it is called exactly. At least I don't remember.
I'll ask Fishbowl or Flint.
Exactly. That is why we have them down there.
But yes, the name isn't important at this second. I just believe that is... If we were to do anything, I believe that is the location we should... Unless they have another recommendation.
That is a location which I think we should probably prioritize, and moreover, we should try and secure... if we can secure multiple districts, that'd be helpful, but it's a matter of how much will they go for, and which corporations are going to bid on them.
I personally don't expect to be able to afford more than one.
I wouldn't either, but again, least of hope, you know?
Yes, so... Straight line from the boats to the, to that area at the very least, like... Deeper in would be like the boats, and then there's that area with the lake and the tavern, and then there's the area with the pipes.
Is this the Massaro radio, and are we all on there? I just want to double check.
Nope, Channel 40 would be the Galactic Union.
Fuck! Sorry.
Is this the CEO of Masaru?
No. Sorry. Wrong phone.
Understood. So this is who we're dealing with. Is she new to her job?
God, Lord knows. Alright,
Next time I'm gonna play it off. I'm gonna be like, yes, this is Masaru. What can we do for you, Madam CEO?
I feel like that is...
Fuck it, I am doing that next time.
Not going to end well.
Sorry? Oh. No, of course not. Though, that's true, you've only known me for 2 days. Never mind.
I would rather not mess with them as much as possible until we decide to mess with them.
So you're not against messing with them?
It depends. It needs to be legal.
Indeed.
We cannot do anything.
I believe.
They won't listen to us.
But it's also in the same vein. I believe making dealings with Traverse here is also technically messing with them. Behind their back, though, they don't see it.
But yes, there is that area with the lake and the tavern, and then there's the pipes that branches off into the other areas, and then there's the clinic. And then if you took a left from the clinic and then down the pipe, we went straight to the coven.
Yes.
I feel like...
I doubt Masaru would give up the boat area, though.
Probably not.
Because right now that's the...
Right now that's
The
where
only
they're
point of
focused
access.
in.
And it is their office.
But if we have dealings with Traverse, and Traverse has managed to set up the trains...
That could also...
We'll have another way in.
Yes.
We won't have to go through Masaru for it. By
true.
selling off the Undercity, come to think of it, they're relinquishing their claim on it.
That is another strange thing to me.
Unless they do a landlord situation where they're renting it.
No, they seem to be
If they
selling it
lease-
fully.
Right. Leasing and selling are two different things. If we find out that they're leasing, then...
That might...
Right.
You can't sell a lease.
Yes, but you can
Generally.
sign a lease, dear.
You can sign
And
a
then
lease, but
collect
you can't
on it.
necessarily... You can sell at least, but you can't resell at
It
least.
looks like
Is
we're
what I'm
going
saying.
to need help regardless what we do. They do not respect us in the slightest. It seems,
You missed it, but Traverse will... If we have the money, Traverse is willing to purchase an area for us and then sell it to us.
At the start, at least.
Yes.
What might be an idea is if we try and pick... It's either we pick a zone that protects the Coven and protects that more, or we take a zone that is profitable, so we can make money. And maybe then on be able to potentially buy out others. So that is a long-term thing, I'd say.
Possibly.
But it's an option. It's an alternative option, I'd say.
Not thinking about the money route at the very least, I believe... I have a feeling that the area in front of the Coven is going to be the best, at least, to getting a foothold. Especially with the people that are already down there.
It's the Magic Corporation, and you're suggesting to block them off on the most magical part of the entire city.
Yes, but also think the Grove is the most magical part, and the Coven is the thorn in Masaru's side. So Masaru might actually be quite willing to put some insulation between them and the Coven. And if they think it's Traverse buying that area, they'll have no concern about, the Union trying to come in and meddle with corporate affairs.
And hello, we'd like to buy this zone. And they see the Union of flags and they're like, what the fuck, we've been duped. Sounds like fun.
I feel the area in front of the Coven, the few times that I've been there, seems to have a high level of traffic and a decent collection of businesses. That it would be a foothold. And on top of that, Traverse's ownership of the terminal. If they get that up and running, then we do have free travel. That does not involve Masaru. And again, coming from my skewed point of view, that fills all my needs, the access to the Coven in the Grove, and the protection thereof.
I can agree with that. That satisfies me as well.
Well,
Rhapsoidia?
I believe that is about it.
It's to that.
Unless you have something else to say.
It comes to that end. We'll probably, maybe help out with the rebuilding efforts with Traverse to try and strengthen ties as well with Traverse, because they seem to be aligning fairly decently with our image and what we need. Agreed?
Yes. Well, I mean, out of the corporations.
I do think we should...
But...
I think we should heed David's warning as well. Just in case.
Watch the print.
Of course. I mean, we're dealing with corporations.
It's kind of standard.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, I will watch the print. And I'll have probably you read through it a few times.
Oh dear.
Because we can't afford... We are... Because of where we are and the position that we are in, we cannot afford to miss anything.
Well, this
Not a
is
single
true.
thing.
So we should probably head back to our rooms now.
I will set up the communications and I'll make sure everyone's in the chat. So we all have ways to speak, and I'll talk to some of the some appropriate people.
Yes, and as I said, if I get any information, I will forward it to you at the very least, if not everyone else.
Please do, and I'll do the same for you if I find anything. we keep each other in the loop, okay? That's the important
Yes.
Yes.
Come by and tell me what
bit. I
happens.
don't know where Mr. Jin has gone, but he's gone. He's completely just. He's probably
I
gone
believe
back
he
to
fell.
bed.
He probably has eaten recently and he just fell asleep on the table.
It's fine. He'll wake up, and then
That's
we'll have him clean up
fine.
his drool.
Yes. Oh, dear God! The fuck? Nothing. It's
I know. I see. It's fine. There's nothing to be noted. There's nothing to note.
Just don't stare directly at it.
Yeah, just don't. Perfectly fine. How's your day been, Miss Vice? Been pleasant?
Eventful and then uneventful.
I see. I see. Pleasure. Well.
I don't know if we're having a private conversation or not, so.
I don't know anymore either, to be honest with you.
The revelations of the Undercity are, surprising. Ah, there you are, Rhapsoidia.
Yes, that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Shimizu was this. Might just be on the opposite side. It is that my room is under.
We're going to bed.
Oh, Cassie.
My room is beneath Avalon, so I will see you all tomorrow, and I'll see you all in the chat properly. Take
Sleep
care.
well.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
I wonder if there's. Okay. Never mind.